I'm so uncomfortable right now, physically speaking. I'm just chilling. We like to party. We like to party.
Streaks of light across the sky early in
Streaks
the
of
morning.
light across the
This
sky.
footage was captured on September 20th at 6:45 a.m.
Imagine waking up in the
6:45
morning
a.m.
and seeing that.
TV 11, where it began to gain attention across the state of Colorado.
That's wild.
Here
That
you can
ruined a
see
lot of
long
people's day.
streaks of light in the morning sky. KKTV 11 News reached out to local military bases but received no response. They then contacted the National Weather Service in Pueblo to see if anything was coming up on their radar. They confirmed that several objects were indeed pinging on the radar in an area east of Colorado Springs, but they weren't able to identify the objects. A subsequent video sent to the news station shows a triangular craft flying through the air.
Tell me what the hell that looks like to you.
Like the Nighthawk plane that we used to have.
Like that?
We retired.
I don't think so.
11 News tried contacting the Department of Defense, who couldn't comment on the sightings. After an exhaustive search, a journalist at 11 News got in contact with the Air Force Global Strike Command. They were able to confirm the triangular craft in the last clip is a B-2 Spirit bomber.
Okay, so it's a
Details on
B-2.
what they were doing in the Colorado area remains unavailable. Interestingly, B-2s are normally stationed in Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, not in Colorado. So this seems to explain the streaks of light, but what about the orbs of orange light that have been seen in the area as well? Are they also some kind of military craft? Or is there something more mysterious going on here?
See, like the thing is, bro, like when they tell you when you tell a lie, then you're gonna have to tell a lot more other lies to even cover up that one lie. The truth is always in the lie, though. That's one thing. Y'all gotta rethink the way that you think, and the truth is always in the lie. So when they tell you certain things, the easiest way for you to figure it out is just really pay attention to their words and what's really going on. You can decipher what's real and what's not.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
when
they
they
can't-
say it was a weather balloon, what they really mean is it was fucking aliens. I think is what he's trying to say.
Prove those hovering lights out there in the same areas and stuff like that. So why are all these incidences happening and you can only give us a detailed explanation for one? It means you're probably trying to cover something up. You know, you're trying to soften the blow a little bit, get people not thinking about it no more, just to give them a little quick little answer. You think people are just going about their ways. But nah, we here on the internet and we seen it. We seen it. We on y'all ass.
We out here. We out here. You know, we out here.
This next eerie photo was sent to us by Reddit user SH1TH3AD87.
AD87, bro.
Their brother-in-law serves in the military and is currently stationed in Okinawa,
He's a military
Japan.
worker.
Okinawa.
Over the years, the brother-in-law has told stories about seeing a ghostly little girl in and around the barracks. She would appear in fleeting glimpses, but when anyone would try and find her, she'd simply vanish. When on leave, the soldier's wife took this photo of her husband. In the background, you can make out a faint suggestion of a little girl standing at the back of the room. When the image was posted to Reddit, numerous comments said that they too had heard stories of the military base in Okinawa being haunted.
Yes.
Camp Hansen is a United States Marine Corps base located in Okinawa, Japan.
Right down the
Inside
street from
compound at the infamous
Kadena.
Gate 3, many soldiers have reported strange activity. It's said that every weekend, a soldier dressed in World War II fatigues approaches the gate. He's covered in blood with a cigarette hanging from his mouth. He asks the on-duty guard for a light, then simply vanishes from sight. There are reports of this gate being closed altogether because of this haunting. Some Japanese guards refuse to be posted there. This next unsettling clip was captured at Kadena Air Base in Okinawa.
Hey, look, y'all, real shit. I used to be working this gate sometimes. You know what I'm saying? A lot when I was in Kadena.
So he was in the military?
I personally didn't feel, I didn't see any apparitions or anything, but I definitely did feel something there at this gate. And this shit is not cap. It's not.
Okinawa on June 28,
Or something.
2008. The footage, which was uploaded to YouTube by Jose Cruz, focuses on an intersection just outside of the base. Watch what happens.
You see?
Yeah, I see the shadow moving.
You see how it moves?
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
right.
corner, and
It's
that's-
right behind the sign. Yeah.
and it's gonna
A
fire
shadow
up.
happened from something that was off screen. Holy shit.
Right there, it's gone.
Just behind a road sign in the bottom left corner of the screen,
It moves
a dark
over
shadow begins to slowly
Everything.
amass.
It's
Yeah.
not in the space that we're watching. It's over the space.
You definitely feel the presence, but I've never seen it.
You don't understand any, like, all these footage, the footage of these ghost type videos that's like little black, like, blobs that just like, they mean nothing. They don't scare me. They don't prove or disprove anything.
It's
It's
right.
corner, and
It's
that's-
right behind the sign.
At first, it looks like an ordinary shadow, but as it grows darker, it becomes clear that something more unusual is happening.
You see?
Yeah, I see the shadow moving.
You see how it moves?
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
right.
corner, and
It's
that's-
right behind the sign.
Suddenly, the shadow raises itself from the ground and flies across the road.
Right there, it's gone.
I feel like it doesn't look like it's in the space. It looks like it's over the space.
Hold on.
It hovers for a moment before returning to the center of the street.
And it's, you know, it's impossible to tell.
Really? You saw it?
Yep.
It's crazy, right?
That's game over. That's
No.
So could Okinawa really be haunted? During World War II, the death toll in Okinawa was immense. It's estimated that 12,000 US soldiers and 110,000 Japanese soldiers were killed in battle. A further 150,000 civilian lives were also lost in the carnage. With such a great loss of life, it certainly does make you wonder whether some kind of residual energy might be
Battlefields,
lingering
though.
across Okinawa.
I'm not saying I don't think they're
Perhaps
haunted.
Their spirits are tethered to the area, not fully aware
But
that they've actually
I don't think
died.
ghosts actually exist in the way people do. I don't think it's just human
You want to know
spirits
something else
walking
like
around
about
on Earth.
Japan?
I don't think that's a thing.
After all of the stuff that happened over there, even though like it was bad, y'all, but I'll tell you this, those people are so nice, man. Those people are so nice. And I you know, it's a lot more I want to say, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna shut the hell up. You know, I'm gonna get back to this video. I'm just gonna get back to it.
He said it. He said it. It's a lot that happened over there. But those people are so nice. He's talking about World War II. But they're still so nice, though. He's talking about the events of World War II. But they're so nice. And he stopped him. So he's like, I'm not going to say anything else. He knows what the fuck. He's like, where am I going with this?
I ain't trying to be here all day. Don't shut up.
Is it possible that a time traveler ran for US presidency? A lot of unexpected people have run for political office, TV stars, wrestlers, even porn stars. However, perhaps one of the most unusual candidates in history was 2016 US presidential candidate Andrew Basiago. Running on a platform based on time travel and extraterrestrials, Basiago set himself apart even from the most bizarre of candidates.
Never knew this.
Basiago's alleged experiences with time travel began at an early age. As a child, he was identified as a physically gifted youth and was set on a course towards a future of traveling through time. Basiago was given training such as karate and aikido.
As a child, he was recognized as a physically gifted youth and was set forward on a future of traveling through time. I think you left something out there in the middle. Somewhere between physically gifted youth and fucking time travel, there are some details you left out there, storyteller. Boy.
Lessons to prepare him for future missions in time and space. William White Crow, another vocal time traveler, has backed up Basiago's claims, asserting that he did in fact teach Basiago karate to prepare him for time travel.
What?
William White Crow, another vocal time traveler, has backed
This guy, another vocal time traveler, who's just here chilling now, is more than willing to give up the information that, yes, I did train this other guy who says he's also a time traveler for time traveling missions. And they're just like, yep, how are you gonna, okay, how about both of you, Mr. Presidential Candidate and Mr. Kung Fu Time Traveler, how about you both sit down and you detail for us your exact experiences, moment to moment, every single waking moment of your life, everything. The technology you time traveled with, where it came from, what year you were born, everything you know about your planet, your human physiology, everything. Sit down and give us all of this information, because if you're a fucking time traveler, coming to do time traveling missions from the future or whatever the fuck, then you have all that info, right? Sit down and give it to us. If you can't, shut the fuck up and sit down. You fucking Looney Tunes motherfuckers.
up Basiago's claims, asserting that he did in fact teach Basiago karate to prepare him for time travel.
You fucking
Crow
psychopath.
also asserts that he and Basiago met again years later on Mars, where they had both been sent by their top secret employer for a mission to research extra.
So it's one of two things are true. Either Mr. Blue Man Karate Boy and President DeLorean are actually time travelers, and they're actually employed by a secret employer who is definitely some form of government, and it's actually some sort of crazy psyop coup. Or they're complete fucking nut jobs. Okay, there's no other options. You're either everything you're saying is actually true. You come from the future. You're secret employers. You went to Mars to study aliens. Okay, all right. You traveled through portals. I'm a big conspiracy theorist. It's not far-fetched for me to believe some shit like that. I will, as long as you give me adequate evidence. However, it is way easier for me to believe that both these motherfuckers are quack jobs, and that when one said, I'm from the future and I was taught karate, the one guy who teaches karate, who also claims to be a time traveler, was like, I was the one that taught him. And they look at each other and go, we're time travelers. Like, that's way more plausible, that these time travelers are just fucking psychotic, bro. And it's like, we're time traveling. I'm gonna be the president. This dude got a fucking blue bandana. Like, I know kung fu. Like, okay, listen, bro. Time travelers,
extraterrestrials. It isn't surprising that Andrew Basiago was selected to participate in such adventures. According to him, his father helped create the technology that made teleporting and travelling in time possible when he worked for Ralph M. Parsons Engineering Corporation. Before long, it was time for Basiago to try out the amazing technology for himself. He describes the time travel machine his father created as looking like two large parentheses. The elliptical booms were 8 feet tall and set 10 feet apart. He noted that the
now he's describing things. All these time traveling people who claim things, they describe things. What I want is yeah, you cool. You're giving blueprints and shit. Okay, anybody can create some shit though. What I want is legit, like, you need to tell a story. You need to recount the entirety of your life while sitting on a lie detector test. Like, sit there and recount the entirety of your life. Tell me all of the things that led to the time travel tech, all of the technology. Build it for us right here, right now. Like, fucking prove it. If you are a time traveler, prove it. It's that simple. If you come from the future, tell me what's going to happen. If you can't, then you're not from the future. Well, if I tell you, then it's going to change. Well, then don't tell me you're from the future. If there's no way for you to prove it, then shut your fucking mouth. If there's no way for you to prove it, then don't say it. Just don't even say it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're from the future, show me something and fucking prove it. That's it. Don't just tell me some details. Recount the entirety of your life and then give me physical proof and evidence of the future that you're from. And then I'll believe you.
computers that ran the machine seemed old and the machine was plugged into the wall.
If you were a time traveler, it's not hard to go get some physical evidence, right? Or it wouldn't have been hard to bring some from when you originally traveled. Something, anything, something that we can test and date. Something that we can somehow figure out. Something, a receipt from the store you shopped at that says it's 2096. You know what I mean? Like something, anything, bro. Something. Try to prove it.
Or with a simple plug that resembled ones used for any household appliance. To use the machine, the time traveller had to jump into a plasma confinement chamber between two booms. For his first jump, Basiago used the teleportation function rather than the time travel function. According to Basiago, he successfully travelled to the capital of New Mexico. After mastering teleportation through several more jumps, he was allowed to travel through time, first going backward just 1 hour to get used to the sensation, and then taking greater and greater leaps. Soon, he was a fully fledged professional time traveller who could travel up to 1 million years in the past. He continued this work throughout his childhood, according to reports. You may be wondering who sponsored Andrew Basiago's adventures in space and time. After all, such technology would take time and money to create. According to Basiago, the CIA and DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, were the benefactors. They called it Project
CIA
Pegasus.
and DARPA.
Basiago was part of the mysterious project for a decade from 1962 until 1972. However, he asserts that the program had been running long before he began his work there and continues to this day.
Question. So the CIA and DARPA decide we're gonna do this time travel shit. This guy's gonna be involved. Top secret, obviously. Then we're gonna let him travel through time and run for president. Do you think they would do that? You think the CIA would create time travel and then let their time travelers travel to the past and tell us exactly all the details about the work they've been doing with the CIA and DARPA? I'll tell you what, I'm extremely skeptical of a motherfucker who tells me he's a time traveler because there are implications. If you are a time traveler, if there are implications to time travel. Things that could be straight up. If we just got motherfuckers traveling back in time and running for president, the butterfly effect is crazy right now, bro. They say if you travel back in time and step on the wrong blade of grass, you could so severely alter the events of the future that you could erase yourself from existence. You never even know. That's the butterfly effect. If you travel back in time, if you were to be able to travel back in time and step on a blade of grass, you don't know the ripple that would cause. So tell me why this man, working with DARPA and the CIA, is allowed to travel back in time and not only step on blades of grass, but run for president and give us as many details as he can. Even though all I want is details, every single detail of your life taken on lie detector test with a recreation built working time machine to prove that you're not fucking lying, which ain't nobody got that. But at the same time, I don't want that because you're just going to destroy the future. If that is, it takes a lot. It can take a whole lot for me to believe a motherfucker's a time traveler.
Hey. According to Basiago, some of the goals of Project Pegasus include contacting former presidents with information about the future and communicating with aliens, mostly Martians. The project used the plasma containment chamber that Basiago's father helped develop, along with a time machine created by none other than Nikola Tesla. In describing his travels through time, Basiago states it was more like going to other branches of our time.
Tesla made the time machine, CIA killed him, took it, and let this dude use it anyway to go run for president? Nikola Tesla invented a time machine. The CIA famously unalived Nikola Tesla and took his research. Maybe not the CIA, just the government in general. So this guy wants me to believe that they then decided to implement Project Pegasus and let homie travel back in time and run for president. Also, didn't he say his dad invented the time machine? But they said it was built by Nikola fucking Tesla? I don't believe it.
Timeline that are parallel to this one. He was often sent to the same point in time on multiple occasions, sometimes even seeing other versions of himself. According to statements, this led to some sticky situations where his cover was almost blown. One important aspect of Basiago's job with Project Pegasus was to travel back in time to observe important historical figures during major events. For example, he travelled to the Middle East to report on Jesus, and to the Revolutionary War to report on George Washington. Basiago states
No
that
butterfly
the CIA
effects,
and
no
DARPA
ripples.
had a keen interest in verifying.
Yeah, they definitely did. So they could hide it. They took Tesla's free energy and everything he ever invented when they killed him, so they could hide it from us because it's free. It shatters their grip on finance, on us and our finance. Free energy. That's why they killed him. That's why they took his shit. So you mean to tell me that this guy means to tell me that then they decided to let this dude use it to come tell us all about it? I don't think so. I just don't buy it. A lot of the shit that he's saying, I could buy it. I feel like maybe a lot of the shit that he's saying is recounts of things that he maybe discovered in their files that he's just taking credit for or something. Because I don't think you can just send people back to Jesus and back to Revolutionary War, back to these things and let them just observe and check shit out. Because the butterfly effect is a thing. You can't send people back to biblical times to have them fuck with shit. And the world is just the same. Unless every time you send him back, it creates a parallel timeline every single time. But then how does he get back to this timeline? Unless that's built into the time machine function. But then, okay, here's the biggest question. Where's the time machine? Show me.
Verifying the truth of events surrounding these important.
And you know what? They went back looking for people, and they was like, yo, niggas was telling the truth. That's all I got to say. That's probably what they found out.
Figures because of just how vital they are to the nation's history. Basiago's stories about his work suggest that his role was only to observe, not to interact or intervene. It was only when visiting past and future presidents that members of Project Pegasus made attempts to change the future. In addition to travelling to the past, Basiago also took trips into the future, according to some reports. He states that he went as far forward as 2045. His mission on these trips was to bring historical information that had been lost by future.
So what time is he from? What time did he say he was from? An alternate timeline or what? He went as far as 2045 and as far back as 1,000,000 years into the past? So he went 20 years, 30 years into the future, but 1,000,000 years into the past? Why? And what time is he from? Our time? Then he ain't time traveling. He's still here. And everything could just be pure fabrication. I mean, obviously it all is anyway, but...
future societies, somehow neglected in the rush to digitize information. He paints a lovely picture of the future, stating that the building he visited was made of shining emerald and tungsten. Basiago's most widely known trip through time was to Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address. Why is this trip the one that he's best known for? Because Basiago claims to have photographic evidence of his presence there.
That's what I want. I want evidence of stuff. If you're a time traveler, you can get evidence. You can provide evidence of some kind. If you are a time traveler and somehow the butterfly effect that would dismantle the future is not a thing, somehow, if it's just creating parallel realities every time you step on a blade of grass or whatever and not ever altering the one you come from, okay, let's say that's the case. Then you can get proof. Go get proof. Go take pictures. Go take pictures of things. Take camera. Go take pictures. The camera not work? Develop a camera that does. Okay? You developed a time traveling fucking machine. Develop a camera you could take with you. You could take your whole brain and that shit still works. You can come back. Bring a camera. Okay? Take pictures. All right? Get photographic video evidence. Recreate the technology. Do things to prove it. If this man actually has a photo of the Gettysburg Address that he took, that's a step in the right direction. Wait, let me read this. John G. Trump was involved with the stuff tank from Tesla. Another Trump involved with shady dealings. Tesla's death 2 days later, the Federal Bureau of Investigation ordered the alien property custodian to seize Tesla's belongings. John G. Trump, professor at MIT and a well-known electrical engineer, served as technical aide to the National Defense Research Committee, was called in to analyze Tesla items. 3-day investigation, Trump's report concluded there was nothing which would constitute a hazard in unfriendly hands. In Nikola Tesla's fucking stuff? There was nothing that would cause a hazard in unfriendly hands. Only free energy and time travel and shit, apparently.
In this photo, we can see a young man, perhaps only a child, in the center of the frame wearing ill-fitting shoes. According to Basiago, this is him.
Okay, well...
The Gettysburg Address wasn't the only time that Basiago...
See... No. If you bring a camera, a modern camera, with you to the Gettysburg Address, take a fucking picture of Abraham Lincoln. Take a fucking selfie of yourself while Abe Lincoln is delivering the Gettysburg Address, bro. I'm like, go hide in the tree line. I don't care. With our modern cameras, bro, we could just fucking zoom in and see that motherfucker's pimples anyway. Go hide in the tree line. Get a selfie, bro. Prove it. Prove it. But you mean to say, here's a photo from the Gettysburg Address. You see that child? Well, that's me. Okay. So that's not proof. You're not proving anything to me. You're just claiming that you are a person in an image from the Gettysburg Address. There's zero way to prove that to me or anyone. It's just more things that look like proof that are actually impossible to act as proof because there's just, oh, look, that's me. Like, no. Mm-mm. If you're really traveling through time, somebody has said, hey, listen, we need to take pictures. We need to take videos of this. If there is real time travel, I feel like there like might even be, but if there's real time travel, bro, the people in charge of this have definitely come up with a way to record wherever they go. You know what I mean? And that footage, like that shit, that's what the public needs. That's what we need. You want to prove to me that you travel through time? I went to go see Jesus on the cross. Okay, take a picture.
Visited Lincoln. In some of his most important trips back in time, he dropped in on Lincoln during his infamous visit to the Ford Theater, where he would be assassinated. According to Basiago, the purpose of these trips was to verify who had actually been responsible for Lincoln's assassination. Despite visiting this event multiple times, even running into other versions of himself, he was never able to actually witness the assassination. Basiago states that unlike on other trips where he was given documentation that would help him escape sticky situations, he had no documentation when visiting the Ford Theater. Therefore, he had to be extra careful not to blow his cover, and having multiple versions of himself running around almost led to disaster, some reports say. For this reason, he was unable to complete his mission to identify the true culprit.
You gotta understand why it's hard to believe what this guy says. Even if you're like super willing to believe him, even if you're like, I want to believe in time travel so much. This man is making a claim that at the Ford Theater where Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, he's saying, this man is making a statement that historically, at that theater where Abe Lincoln was assassinated, there were also multiple versions of himself running around in that theater. That's also a part of apparent history. The Ford Theater, Abe Lincoln, an assassination, and then a bunch of that guy. I don't know, bro.
In addition
And
to
there's no butterfly effect? Everything's still fine? Everything's still fine. You got 12 of yourself running around, Abe Lincoln getting killed, everything's fine? I don't know, bro.
using machines built by his father and Tesla to move through time, Andrew Basiago claims he also had the opportunity to teleport using the technology. He went to numerous places, but his most exciting trips involved travelling to Mars to observe and communicate with extraterrestrials. According to reports, Basiago was in good company in his alien endeavours. According to him, none other than Barack Obama, who was also a participant in Project Pegasus, often joined him on these trips.
Now he's saying he was also chilling with Obama. So, you know, yeah, I went to go see. I'm chilling. I'm just going to observe Abe Lincoln getting shot up. You know what I mean? There's another 12 of me over there, and I'm kicking it with Barack Obama. And Obama's over here like, fucking, I had sex with and murdered my private chef. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Basiago was allegedly very successful in his missions to Mars.
I wonder how that shit was like going on some damn missions with Barack. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, man. Barack probably had his damn cigarettes out there on Mars, you know what I'm saying? Stressed the hell out. That's why his hair gray like that. He don't even look close to being the same age as he. Bro, I know
His hair is gray because he was having an affair with his private chef and then murdered him and dumped him in a little fucking body of water behind the whatever, okay? That's why his hair is turning gray.
it was what?
It's not because he went to Mars, okay? Smoking cigarettes. That's not why Barack Obama's hair is gray. His hair is gray.
years, right? But it didn't look like that nigga was in office for 8 years, bro. It looked like it was much longer than that. It looked like he was in there for about 20, 30, you know? So I believe it. They sent him to Mars. His hair turned gray, stressed him out.
Mars.
You'd rather
He
believe
claims
that.
he was the
Okay.
first one to
Making sense to
discover
me.
evidence of life
My own
on
conspiracy.
Mars, first observing signs of water, then actual extraterrestrials. Because of his success on Mars, he also visited Venus and found alien life there as well. According to Basiago, the extraterrestrials on Venus are more fragile than the solidly built Martians. Some reports detail one truly epic trip where Basiago and 3 other members of Project Pegasus were attacked by pterodactyl-like creatures on Mars. Luckily, Basiago was able to save everyone and make it back to Earth with the full team intact. According to Basiago, several of the United States presidents didn't get elected by chance. Project Pegasus identified certain individuals and went back in time to help them on their path to becoming president. George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump were all Project Pegasus targets. Basiago has never given any indication about why the CIA and DARPA have chosen to interfere in this way. Obama, Trump, and the Bushes are the only people Project Pegasus has identified as presidents. According to Basiago, his forays into the future...
James, all words are real words. If you put together letters and then assign a meaning to those letters, that is a word. I don't care who does it.
assured him that he himself will take office sometime before 2028. He made his first attempt at the presidency in the
Cap, nigga. That's all I got to say. Cap.
Wait,
Cap.
what did
cap,
he say?
Cap.
What's
We gonna
cap?
continue though. I'm sorry.
presidents. According to Basiago, his forays into the future have assured him that he himself will take office sometime before 2028. He made his first attempt at the presidency in the
okay. This is where it's gonna fall apart, bro. So we're about to have an election this year, right? So this man is saying that he will become the president before 2028. He knows for sure. He's traveled millions of years in the past, and he's traveled to the future, to Mars with Barack Obama to fucking run from pterodactyls, bro. Okay? And this man says that he will absolutely become the president before 2028. We'll see. It's not any better. They're all the same. None of them have any power anyway. The presidents are put in office, and then they're the face that you can blame for shit. They say stuff's gonna happen or stuff's not gonna happen, and then the opposite of what they say happens all the time. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their intentions are. It doesn't matter if they're a good person or a bad person. It doesn't matter. They don't have any power. The presidents look like they have power. They say they're gonna do things, and then they get real old real quick. Like Biden is literally somebody wearing a Biden suit. You know what I mean? And that's real. Like the CIA it's fact that they got skin suits. You know what I'm saying? Face suit. Like there's I forget the Jennifer Hudson show or whatever the fuck had a little segment of this woman from DARPA who was talking about she was briefed to go give President Bush a briefing on these new top of the line disguises, and she was talking to him about it, and he was asking to see them, looking for a bag, and she was saying that she's wearing it, and he was like, "What do you mean?" And she went to pull her face off, and he freaked out. He couldn't look at it, but it took him a while to realize that like she's pulling off a mask, and she was holding her head with all of her hair and her full face. It was a totally different person, and he was like, "Wow, blown away. This is President George W. Bush." Okay. It's been a long time since then. So whoever Biden is up there wearing a fucking skin suit, okay? So, like, all I'm saying is it doesn't matter who the president is. The point is this guy claims he's gonna be that guy before 2028, which means that not this year, not this election, but the next election, he will need to be voted into office in order for what he prophesizes to come true. Otherwise, he's a goddamn liar, bro. If he don't become president by 2028, he's a fucking liar, and none of that shit is true. That's all he did. He gave himself up.
Nigga. That's what
I want attention until this time, and then everyone's going to call me a fraud, or I'll be the most famous person in the world. One or the other.
I gotta say. Cap. We gonna continue though. I'm sorry.
It's all about money. The man just wants to make money, bro.
Let me do it for Cap. A nigga like what? I don't believe it. All
The
right.
2016 election.
We're gonna see.
He ran as an independent, stating that it was too costly to get on the tickets for either major party ballot. Unfortunately, Basiago didn't make it past the primaries in 2016.
Mind
In
you.
the 7 primaries in
What up, Blunts? If dude does become president, I'm all for it. You know why? Because if this dude, let's just suspend our disbelief. If this man is telling the truth and he be time traveling, checking out pterodactyls with Mars, I'm Mars, Barack Obama, 12 of himself hanging out with fucking Abe Lincoln while he gets shot up, you know what I mean? If this man is telling the fucking truth, they definitely don't want him to be the president. Because he gonna come out telling his story. And all that's going to do is tell us a bunch of shit we didn't know before. So they definitely wouldn't want that to be the case. But by they, I mean the powers that be. So if this man does become president by 2028 and all the shit he's saying is true, hey, I'm all for that. Come on, have a seat in office and spill all the secrets. Somebody will assassinate you, but at least the whole world will be a little bit wiser to what's happening, you know what I mean? Rest in peace before it happens, because you know he's finna get assassinated. Keanu Reeves is the real time traveler. Bro, I would just believe him. If Keanu Reeves came out right now and said, "I'm a time traveler," and I was like, "Do you have any proof?" And he was like, "No." I'd be like, "I believe you, bro." And then we would hug it out, you know? I give him one of them like,
in which his name was on the ballot, he received a total of 96 votes.
"You're breathtaking."
Andrew Basiago has a total of 100 campaign initiatives that he promises to implement when he becomes president. For example, he wants to reveal the time travel technology and the goals of Project Pegasus that the CIA and DARPA have been hiding. He also wants former living presidents to admit that they were aware of the technology and how it impacted their presidencies. Basiago also seeks to reveal the truth about the government's communications with extraterrestrials. He also proposes to publicise information about how nuclear detonations ripped a hole in the space-time continuum, allowing for contact with alien life forms. One of his most exciting proposals is to make teleportation technology available to the general public to solve
Something he just said kind of resonates with me a little bit. Y'all ever heard of Admiral Byrd? He flew to Agartha, apparently, Inner Earth. He was part of the Air Force, and they lost his plane for a while, and he recounted what happened to him. He said that They were flying over the South Pole, and all of a sudden, all of his compasses and everything were freaking out. All of his radios went out, and all of the planes were gone. And all of a sudden, everything came back into focus, and he couldn't reach anybody. And all of a sudden, there's no more snow on the ground. It's green grass and green hills, okay? And woolly mammoths he could see on the ground suddenly. And he's like, where the fuck am I? Like, they were just flying. He was just flying over the South Pole, and his whole team was gone. Then his plane stops and is lowered to the ground. Mind you, I'm not made. This is his recount. This is what I've read. He exited his plane, and he met. And I'm also I'm doing a real brief recap. You're going to have to go read it for yourself, because I'm sure I'm fucking it up. He got out of the plane, and he met blonde-haired, blue-eyed white people, the Aryan race, who gave him nuclear technology and told him that it is essential to his timeline, his future, or the future of our people, the surface human beings, if he gives this technology to our government. Then they lifted his ass back up, turned him around, and he started flying out. He's just flying. He's in the sky. Okay? And he says all of a sudden everything goes crazy again, all of his fucking magnetics, and then snow. He's back over the South Pole. It's just snow. There ain't nothing. His radios are back, and his team's calling him, where are you? Where are you? And he said, I'm here. And he lands, tells them what happened, gives nuclear technology to our government, and they silence him. They say, you're never to speak a word. Never to speak a word. Like, you know, however they do it, they silence him. You will never speak a word of this. And now we have nuclear technology. And now what this man just said, now mind you, I might have just butchered all of that. You got to go read it yourself. Admiral Byrd, Byrd. Read his shit if you care. It's about Agartha, Inner Earth. What's up, really cool Alex, bro? Agartha. So that his testimony is of the Inner Earth. Well, James, they say that I mean, like, nuclear energy is that technology is essential. Understanding that technology is essential to progressing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to kill each other with it. The mistake was us bombing each other with it, right? But what this man just said, if this time traveler man is true, what he said is detonating those nuclear bombs ripped a hole in the space-time continuum, allowing contact with extraterrestrials. Which, I don't know how, if that would necessarily pan out, because I'm of the belief that we've had contact with extraterrestrials since ancient times. But, this devil's in the details, you know what I mean? And we don't have the details, none of us, about any of our anything. Our whole history, none of it. We don't have the details. And anytime we get the details, it's muddied on purpose. So we don't know what details to intake. So, maybe that whole thing, let's say Admiral Byrd's telling the truth and all that shit's real. And that's where we got that technology from. And that technology did lead to the contact of extraterrestrials. What does the contact of extraterrestrials in the modern day, what's that going to lead to? Will that be beneficial in any way? If so, then, the whole, the whole phrase, everything happens for a reason or whatever, not necessarily that that's true, but it's just interesting to think about like that. If all these people, what they're saying is true, it's interesting to think about how those things correlate.
The country's transportation issues. However, he believes making time travel widely available would cause chaos, so only teleportation would be available to the public. He also wants to put protections in place for the Sasquatch species and investigate the decline of USA's technology, e.g. Microsoft's replacement of Office 2003 with the inferior Office 2007. So that's Andrew Basiago and Project Pegasus. For all our US viewers, I'm curious, have you ever heard of Basiago, and did you see his attempted presidential campaign? If you did, I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. Our last mysterious sighting of the day comes from the TikTok account Bigfoot I Am Real. It's some hunting cam footage captured deep in the wilderness of Ontario, Canada.
That motherfucker out there.
The
though.
clip is brief, but in it we can see a very large hairy animal obscured by some trees.
What else though? Is that all it's gonna show? Did he turn? Did he? You know, we're gonna get a different angle.
There's
on
definitely
him.
something there, but what could it be?
Sorry, I got distracted with other
Viewers
things.
have been quick to call this a genuine Bigfoot sighting. Some comments, however, were a little more reserved, suggesting it might be a large bear foraging or scratching its back on the trees. Unfortunately, the clip is so brief, it's
Very
impossible to
possible.
tell what exactly we're looking at here. So I'll throw this quick one out to you, the viewers. What do you think's been caught on this hunting cam in Canada? Share your opinions in the comments down below.
Hey, but look, I say this.
Did you hear about Terrence Howard explaining how Mars blew up and stuff? He said the atom collider they make was on Mars first and it blew up. Huh. Possibly details in the Library of Alexandria until it was burned down. Right. And you know, people say like, you know, people take the Bible. I'm not trying to say if the Bible's true or not true, but people take the Bible as like this is a historical book written thousands of years ago by men. You know what I mean? And the details in it, if you can pick through them, you can figure out ancient times. Like you can pick those details from the Bible. But think about that. Who's the oldest living person right now? 100 something, 120 something, 110 something. You know, the Bible's is multiple thousands of years old. You know how many we could have had entire massive 100-year sections of history where whole entire tyrannical governments controlled everything and changed the details of all of our history and then crumbled and then ruins were left and then we find there's what we're left with nowadays. It's really, really hard for us as the common man. I'm not saying it's hard for human beings and science with our technology to be able to figure out the authenticity of something. It might be difficult, but we can do it. But us, you and I, me, James, Blunts, Tyler the Beast, really cool Alex. How can you and I, in our space where we sit chilling, how can we know for sure that the history that we're given isn't complete and total bullshit? How do we know that these books, these thousands-year-old books, haven't been altered hundreds of times to where they're nothing like they used to be? How do we know? There isn't even one living person right now who can tell me what the year 1700 was like. You know what I'm saying? There ain't one living person who can tell me what the year 1900 was like. There ain't one living motherfucking person. There's barely one living person who can tell me what the Titanic crash was. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't. What I believe is people, bro. I believe what I experience, and I believe the experiences of other people and the evidence that they've been able to gather on their own. What I don't believe is what I'm fed by the governments and the powers that be and the teachers of the world. I'm not saying like the school teachers and shit, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what up, Cavelli? How do they know the extent of how far the galaxy is if they say aliens don't? Right, bro. Like, how you finna tell me, like, bro, you know, like, you want to claim to me that life developed here through evolution? Okay. And then you want to claim to me ain't no aliens nowhere, anywhere, elsewhere, ever, nowhere. But that the universe is so vast that we don't even have numbers to count that high. You know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of bodies, planetary bodies out there is so vast. But ain't no aliens. Like, come on, bro. All them stars, all them spheres circling them stars. You don't think it's one more planet out there somewhere that can house life, that maybe life has evolved on? Like, bro, the fact that they feed us so much bullshit as definitive and then claim that things that are almost certainly true are absolutely not, I question everything around me, bro. How do we not know about the Titanic? Christians back up fake scientific facts on debris of Noah's Ark has been discovered. That makes no sense. Bro, look, it's not even about what you believe as a religious person. If you have a certain faith that you believe within yourself for your own reasons, I get you. But even the most devout of Christian, how can you look at science? Look at this world and look at science and say, like, you know, like, yeah, we only been alive a couple thousand years or whatever. Like, I don't. You can't get your belief structures from books, bro. You can't just be like, I'm gonna read this book. Well, that's what I believe. Like, you can't just do that. You have to develop beliefs based on your own experiences and your own spiritual experiences and physical, literal experiences. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to develop your own belief structures. And the one thing that really sticks with me is, like, I don't care if you're a motherfucking Harvard expert. I don't care if you're 80 years old and you're like, I spent the last 60 years of my life studying fucking Egyptology. And I know for a fact that 400 years ago, this thing was this and that. Like, okay, I believe you. But also, like, no, you don't. You don't know that for a fact. I know that you know for a fact that you have studied everything you possibly can with all the tools you have possibly been given to come to the conclusions that you've come to. What I doubt is that you have been given all of the information. And I also doubt that you were there. You weren't. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. In the past, that all of us are trying to learn about, nobody was there. Nobody who's alive now was there. Nobody who was alive recently was there. Not just one or two generations. Bro, we're talking dozens and dozens of generations. Nobody was there. Question everything around you, because all information has the potential to be manipulated. Even if we do know, even if we figured out and we do know, which we have, they just pick and choose what to give us, what to alter, what information will suit their purpose, what information will not, what information will suit their purpose if altered. Question everything, bro, because everything is a lie. Experience were the first culture to have written stories about the Great Flood. No possible way Earth is the only planet with life. Exactly. Neil deGrasse mentioned it's a huge possibility we were visited by aliens, but they've probably seen us, perceived us as war-driven race, or too stupid to talk to. This is what I think. I think that there's a process of evolution. I think that, let's say you are part of an advanced alien race, and I don't mean mildly advanced. I mean you're real advanced. Let's say you're advanced in more ways than just one. Let's say that your race of people on your planet has discovered a link, okay, between science and spirituality of some kind. You've achieved new heights of ascended reality, okay? You have technology to let you travel the stars. You have the blessing of whatever deities you have proven in some capacity through whatever science. Let's say you're a really fucking advanced race, all right? And you're traveling and you're looking for other life. Number one, are you trying to conquer that life? No. No, you're not. If you're that advanced, bro, you're not trying to conquer planets. What's the reason? So ain't no aliens ever came here to destroy us. First of all. Second of all, if you come here, if you're that advanced, you understand evolution. You understand the process of sentient species of beings coming into their own, going through the stages, as it were, you know, the teen years and whatnot. You understand that nuclear technology and things like that, that's just science. That shit exists. If you have those elements, if you have that knowledge, those things can happen. That level of destruction, that positivity versus negativity is possible in whatever life you may be in, right? I will read your comments in a minute. So, if you're that alien if you're part of that race of beings and you find Earth and you see that we're currently in the nuclear bombing each other stage, I'm of the firm belief that you understand. You already know what's going on. You come look at the planet and say, okay, I know what these people are doing. They're on stage 2 of the growth process, of the evolution, of the whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we've probably all gone through it. That's probably just the byproduct of evolving as a planetary species. Civil conflict amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Civil war. And by civil, I mean the planet that's fighting with itself. People on a planet that are not unified. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like any alien being who's come here and seen us wouldn't think that we're too stupid to talk to or that we're just a war-driven. They would just know what stage of evolution we're in. And then maybe they would directly contact our leader. Because what's the number one thing you hear in Hollywood? With Hollywood old school alien movies, right? Take me to your leader. Where'd that come from, bro? That's a thing that happened. That's what I believe. Aliens showed up and they said, take me to your leader. That's what I believe. Because there ain't no way that alien can talk to all the people on the planet. You talk to the leader of the people, right? And so I feel like they've probably been in contact with us for a long, long time. With our leaders. And our leaders are terrible people. You can do the math. They say man's don't lie. When you ask who wrote the Bible, they say a man did. Then I ask, okay, well, how is a man able to speak for God? They say God is speaking through him, so God is a liar then. Because the definition of God is perfection. So if that's the case, why does the Bible have errors and contradictions? Because I will tell you this. You're on point right there. Anybody who tells you that the Bible is written by God does not understand things. Like, you on the right track. And I don't think that means that God's a liar, or that if there is a God out there that he's a liar, or that he's evil, or that he's whatever. I don't think I'm not trying to comment on that at all. All I'm saying is, you're right. The Bible's written by men. And we got men now trying to tell us that, no, God was speaking through those men. It's like, okay, well, even if that's true, bro, that was 2,000 years ago. How the fuck you gonna know? Do you know? Do you know for sure? Were you there? Because it might have just been one guy. The Bible might have been written by one dude who just made a bunch of shit up. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying whether I believe that or not. All I'm saying is, that's not far-fetched. It's a book, bro. How many men write books? It's a multiple 1,000-year-old book that we have zero evidence of where it came from. Zero real evidence of where it came from. So how can you or anyone tell me definitively where that came from, or what words in that book are true, or who wrote it, or if God was speaking through them, or what? You can't, bro. That's an ancient text. Nothing more. You could take the words from it and the concepts from it and learn from it if it resonates with your soul. Nothing more. You can't prove shit to me about that Bible, or the Torah, or the Quran, or anything. Am I saying that none of them are true? I'm not saying that either way, that they're true or that they're not true. All I'm saying is, you can't fucking prove it. This is fact. Fact. I can't prove it. You can't prove it. You can't prove it's true. You can't prove it's untrue. Vice versa. Neither can I. It's just a book. That's why they call it beliefs, not facts. What's the difference between a belief of God and an insane person in an asylum who's seeing ghosts? Someone who has a belief in God, it would typically probably just be, in their everyday life, capable of functioning. I would assume that a person in an insane asylum who's seeing a ghost is also incapable of functioning in society. Would probably be why they're in an insane asylum. Like maybe I believe in God. You know what I mean? Am I insane? No. Maybe James or Blunts or you. I'm not saying we either do. I'm just using as an example. Maybe insert this person who's like believes in God, like my neighbor. Is he insane? No, he's a normal dude. You know what I mean? But if I'm in an insane asylum, there's probably more of a reason that I'm there besides that I believe in God or a ghost. Who knows? It all depends on their behavior. If that person is in an insane asylum, they've done something to get there. And it wasn't because I believe in a ghost. If you say, there's a ghost following me around, I see a ghost and I believe it, that's a real ghost. Nobody's going to put you in an insane asylum. They're going to give you therapy. They're going to talk with you. They're going to have conversations. As long as you're a functioning person, you can believe in a ghost following you around all you want. The person in an insane asylum cannot function in society. That's the difference. It has nothing to do with what they believe. It's about how they function mentally. So the person in an asylum is a crazy person, most likely because they've exhibited behaviors that prove that they're unable to function in society. If their belief in ghost or God is what made them crazy, that's a whole different story. That's on an individual, personal level, with each person. You know what I mean? But like, most people in the world, I would say, probably believe in some form of greater power or higher power or something, even if it's just to bring themselves comfort on a daily basis or if they have a firm religious belief structure that they follow. But most people you see in the world can function on a societal level on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? But either way, my point in all of this before I press play again is you can't prove shit. And neither can I. None of these people can prove anything. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. It's okay to be skeptical. It's okay to want proof before you believe something. But you should always keep an open mind because nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. One thing I've learned over my experiences is that the things I used to think were impossible are possible. That's all I know. If God exists, why don't supernatural beings? They do. Supernatural beings do exist, bro. The only reason that you don't know that they exist is because somebody's keeping that information from you. Somebody who wants you to fucking put your head down, go work at McDonald's, and shut the fuck up until you die. Somebody don't want you to know that there's more to this than what we see right now. You know? How come in Hollywood they can't make a character of God, but they can make an angel? They can make a character of God. Bruce Almighty. Jim Carrey is God. You know what I mean? I got a better question. How come in Hollywood they be touching babies and shit, bro? Why is that the standard? Like, what the fuck? Can we stop sacrificing children and making movies in the same location? Maybe we could get the adrenochrome sucking, child trafficking conspiracy fucking lunatics out of Hollywood, maybe, so we can get some movies that aren't rooted in like disgusting symbolism and shit. It'd be cool. Cause they're all in it. Yeah, I know, they all be sucking on fucking the worst shit you can suck on, bro. They suck.
A bear scratching his back on a tree. That's very, like, that could be damn sure what this is. But what I will say, nigga, like, he got look kind of humanoid right there. Look kind of swollen at the top part, like he been bench pressing some trees or something out there. And that's just what I see, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that it is what it looked like, but I'm just telling you that
I agree,
it looked
James.
like what it looked like, y'all. But look, hey, that's real talk, though. I mean,
hey, is that the end of your video? Cool, because you got 1,800 more, so let me just go find another one, bro. That's all this dude does. I like his channel. We're currently watching Dre OG Reacts, bro. Check him out. I'm subscribed. Look, I'm gonna even hit the bell. Check him out. He just does reaction videos to videos I like to watch. Creepy and scary TikToks that will change your reality. Let's go. Watch a video on injured cold.
We are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
It's really going to shock you.
I was just talking about adrenochrome, and that bitch just said the babies we eat. Hey, if you don't know what adrenochrome is, Google it, bro. You don't know why that's funny.
Is that they've already planned.
It's 'cause it's not
a
funny.
Constitution for you. It's already been planned. They're already planning to do away with the Constitution of the United States under Presidential Executive Order number 11490, signed into law in 1969. You don't even know about it, do you? Well, we have that right here as well. But this book here is the Global Constitution Plan. And in fact, what does it say, Anthony? A Constitution for the Federation of Earth. And very clearly here in the
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. But look, how y'all been? Look, I got a crazy lineup for y'all here today, man. I finally got a little bit situated. I've been on since I've been gone.
All over soccer, football, like
Let's get into this video, people. It's some strange things going on since I've been gone, but let's hop into it.
sometimes players are not on the field. It's fake. Sometimes they are on the field. You see them dropping like flies lately? Just drop it. Like flag all over soccer, football, wrestling, all over the place. They just drop it. You see the fake ambulances blowing up? There's reason for that.
Fake
There's
ambulances?
another thing that happens.
She talking about?
Cloning in the players' playground. Some of them are not the players that you see. Some of them have on prosthetics. Some of them are, I'd say, creatures. They're hybrid. That does exist, where their DNA is taken, again, for cloning facilities, like hair shaved, teeth pulled out, DNA taken, things like that. So let's say they break their hand quickly. There's something that can be used with machines. So med beds. We all know about med beds, right? So there's a definition of med beds going on backwards right now. If somebody hurts themselves, they can get, well, like that in sports, because it's a DNA thing. They take their DNA, they use that for cloning facilities, they bring them back, and they're back to playing. Even though they may be a shitty player, they need their face. So let's say some of them don't even have, some of them have one leg. Some of them, you'll see them dribbling together. It'll look like someone carrying the basketball over to the hoop. Like, you know, those three-pointers that don't even look like three-pointers? And you're like, how the hell? And then all the men are like, yeah! Like, but in reality, it's green screen. Somebody takes that ball and moves it to the hoop and then checks the TV and what's the ratings? Did we go up? Cool. Let's do that again.
Okay, hold on a minute. I don't know what she's talking about, but I'll tell you right now, I've seen Steph Curry play basketball in person. Nobody carried the ball to the hoop and checked the ratings. The man's just a monster. Nobody carrying the ball. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
I'm so tired of you.
All you do is whinge and complain. What's up, Yoshi?
You're getting on my nerves, Morty. I'm gonna kill you and then I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna drive this car off a cliff.
And we're gonna die.
We're gonna die, Morty.
Oh, Rick, I don't want to die. I don't want to
We're gonna die, Morty. We're gonna die today.
Yoshim Gaming is driving this car off a cliff, killing the 4 people
I
inside.
love watching people having fun. It makes me happy.
Thanks for the raid, Yoshi. What up? How you doing? We're just watching videos. This fucking... Hold on, I gotta get a drink. I got some ramen left. Hi, Yoshi. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate you. Thanks for the shout out, James. Yo, so yeah, nobody just carries the ball to the hoop. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Your whole world is a stage. How I know that is because I've been up there with them. I had to sleep with one of the players. I used to sleep with assaulted by one of the players that had a prosthetic cheek. And when he took it off, like I don't even know what was going on inside of his mouth. I could smell it. It was gross. Again, the research is endless. And I'm not... Why? Who would want to sit here and make this How can you make this
in the air.
Hold up. I know a bunch of people that like come on this, like in today's society, what we know about the internet and stuff. I know a bunch of people that come on here and just make some shit up about that. But I have a problem with like the green screen situation and everything. I've heard stories about people not being, you know, and I've seen some things, but I don't know, y'all. Do y'all see the green screen happening for real?
In basketball and shit? I don't
see that being a thing.
No.
NASA
What's up, Buster? How you doing?
The NBA, I don't think the NBA is on the green screen.
The NBA is definitely not on a fucking green screen.
It's like
what I've been in those arenas, bro. It's not on a green screen. How you doing, son? Good at the stream. It's all you was on. I'm gonna raid you. Much love. Good night, Yoshi. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate you. Sleep well, my friend.
Moving parts to try something like that.
Way too many moving parts in
technology
basketball.
That advanced.
The CIA just admitted this the other day. They're putting it in the air. I know, and I'm not going to expose the name of this pilot, but I know a commercial airline pilot who said, "Hey, Stu, I heard you talking about chemtrails. I know that people are all over you calling you a crazy conspiracy theorist. It's absolutely 1,000% true. The military is doing this. They are doing this. It's not like your United or American Airlines flight, the Delta plane that's flying over you. That's not who's doing this. I mean, they do have contrails because of the moisture in the air, but that is not what these chemtrails are. We're talking about the perfectly crisscross patterns that you see when you see the fake clouds in the sky. I took a picture, actually, the other day. Somebody sent me a picture. Hey, rejoice.
Yes.
Guess what? Real clouds in the sky today.
Chemtrails are very real.
These are being done by unmanned or maybe manned piloted aircraft from the military. They're perfectly crisscrossed all over the country. You can see them very heavily in certain areas. It's affecting the weather, and it's poisoning you. These people are keeping you just sick enough that you have to be perpetual, customers of the pharmaceutical industrial complex. They are killing us. It's going, the people who decide that they want to grow their own gardens, Mike, because they don't want the stuff that's been sprayed with all of the nonsense bullshit. Guess what? Even if you have your own garden outside of your house, these people are spraying your stuff. And so you then have to obviously take extra precautions. I don't know if you can wash this stuff off.
There were 3 astronauts. The 3 that was chosen, they were ex-military
Makes me happy
pilots.
I stay inside all the time.
They're the ones that
all the
actually
time.
went to Serpol. One died in Serpol, one stayed, and one came back. They were supposed to be gone for 10 years. They left in 1960.
Hold on. One stay? Like, no. First of all, nigga, you not leave. I'm not the one. I'm not the
Oh, So you got 3 men who go to on this trip. He about to say exactly what I'm about to say. One dies, one goes home, and one stays. You finna leave me with the dead body on another planet? No. Yeah, much love getting Gogeta on that Dragon Ball Gotcha game. No, not Gogeta. I got a lot of really good shit that I really like. I was actually gonna play it today, but I kind of had a shitty day and I haven't grinded it enough to get enough currency to make it worthwhile. So I'm gonna keep grinding it out. I'm gonna try and save up another like at least 5K currency so I can do another video trying to pull more. See what we get. But it's a lot of fun making those videos.
one staying. Look, if anybody planning on going any further missions with me in the future, look, I'm not the nigga that's staying. All right, I'm coming back.
They're supposed to be back in 1975. Well, time periods are different between Serpol and Earth. The one came back 1978. He tells a story about Serpol. They live in mud huts. They were all one race. The planet had a high radiation. They had to wear these thin suits that the Ebens made for them that protected their skin from radiation. They had to wear sunglasses all the time. It never really got dark. Both suns would somewhat set and then rise again. Everything was controlled by a clock in the middle of their compound. And the bell rang. They'd have to go to dinner, breakfast. There was one huge dining facility for that particular village that they lived in. Everybody ate at the same place. It took them a long time to adjust to the food. The climate they were originally living in was 110, 150 degrees, 24 hours a day. They moved to a climate that was between 60 and 80 degrees, and they were more adaptable to that climate. They interacted with the Ebens. They learned the Eben language. To the best of our knowledge, the one man that stayed there, he interacted with an Eben woman. She was one of their controllers. She could speak English. She had spent time on Earth. She was able to facilitate the things that they needed.
Huh.
Sounds like a story of us, huh? Well, some beings on this planet.
Sí, es. Es un avión, coño.
I want to tell y'all a fucking UFO story, but I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. And I legitimately think you might think I'm crazy if I tell it. Sometimes I stop and think like, did that happen to me? And like, I gotta call my boy and be like, did that happen to us? First time I called him and said that to him about my UFO story, he was like, yeah, I think so. And he's like, I didn't even remember that until right now. I was like, how could you forget that? And he was like, I don't know, dude. It's like, I remember it now. He's like, yeah, that fucking happened. I'll tell y'all about it sometime. I'll probably tell y'all in a few minutes, but like, you probably think I'm crazy. That's why I don't want to tell you.
Okay, I ain't tripping. I was looking at that. I see the moon and it's travel. Okay, I ain't tripping. So we see both. Like, all right, that's clearly not the moon, y'all.
No mames, no es avión, ¿cómo va a ser avión de tamaño, hijo de puta? No mames. Sí, es altísimo, coño.
It's definitely something else.
No chingues. El avión no tiene luz hacia los lados, coño. Es por la, ¿cómo se llama? Debería estar prendiendo azul y blanco, debería estar prendiendo rojo, coño.
Yo, in videos like this, there's always somebody yelling in the background at the guy. Like, yo, you see that? What is that? Yo, I don't know, bro, I don't know.
Tiene, güey. Es un avión, coño. Es una sola luz, güey. Es un avión.
Playing Sims 4 for a bit. Dro-esque.
It's kind of like what I see, but a lot closer in this one right here. It's crazy.
Remove it. Now I see it. Holy hell, what is that? Get that. That is not birds.
I got it, okay.
Those are not birds.
Dude, look. What the hell is
What
it?
in the
Holy
fuck?
Shit, that's a bunch of fucking orbs. That's a shitload of orbs. This is fucking amazing. That looks like a bunch of orbs, doesn't it?
Those are not birds, dude.
Those are not birds.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Look. Shit,
They might be birds. It's possible.
Oh, people are gonna
but
trip when they see this.
They don't really look
People
like
are
birds.
Gonna trip. Yeah, tell me those are fucking balloons, right?
Look at those two cross.
Go back soon. That's fucking
Those are not birds.
Those can't be birds. It's way too many.
They could be.
Look at right there, dude.
I don't think they are, but they
Look
could
how
be.
they look.
They're like sparkling.
What the fuck is that? Did you get a zoomed out shot of all of them?
Remove
it. Now I see it.
You know, it's funny.
That would be explainable.
It's sort of like the power of suggestion as well, because the guys don't let you look at it and try to figure out what you think it is. They tell you it's not birds. The title of the video is "This is not birds," and then the whole time it's "Those aren't birds. You're not looking at birds." It could be birds, okay? Just because those dudes are like, "Those aren't birds," does not mean that they're not birds. They could be birds. Just saying. Power of suggestion is real.
And if it was a bunch of white birds, but it'll look a lot different when you zoom in, though.
They were like sparkly. That's why I didn't think they were birds, but they could have been birds.
We got two suns in the sky. We got one over here, and we got one over there.
Oh yeah. That's planet Nibiru, bro. That's planet Nibiru. That's not the moon. It's not the sun. That's planet Nibiru. We're fucked.
We're fucked, he says. Whoa, what in the fuck is
Why it look
that,
like that?
bro?
Why it look like that? What the hell is that?
What the fuck is that, bro?
Let's keep going.
What the hell is that? Did you see that shit? Going around. It's like going.
It's rotating.
The fuck
Whatever it is,
that?
it's like, imagine it's like an invisible vessel, and you can still see the energy flowing through it, but not the vessel itself. That's what it looks like. I don't know about thinking you're crazy. I think I'm pretty open-minded. I'll tell you. If you ever watch Invincible, there's a scene where he turns off a room and the person can't perceive it. It relates the wire with the chemical and stops from seeing certain things they choose. Okay, look, I'll be real brief, but I'll tell the story. Me and my boy Eric. I lived in Canal Winchester, Ohio. I lived in an apartment in a townhouse with me, Kitty, my dude Eric, his girlfriend Rachel, and our roommate Brad. Brad Rachel, Kitty, me, Eric are all in this house. We all smoke cigarettes at the time, and we try not to smoke in the house. So I'm like, Eric, come outside, smoke a square, bro. Sun's going down. It's like, all right. We go outside, light a cigarette. Where we're at, we can see there's a big main road right in front of us, always with cars on it. And then just the turn into our complex. We're like right there. So we're right on the main road. So we can see off into town and see above town. So above town, there's this little, you know, like you always see things in the sky and go, what's that? And it turns out it's a plane, or you're not sure what it was. Maybe it was a planet or something. We saw a cluster of lights, okay? A cluster. Just like, I don't know how else to explain it. Just like a fucking cluster. It's like pulsating cluster of lights in the sky above town. Red, blue, green, yellow, every color you can imagine, all fucking flashing from this cluster. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is that? And he was like, that's aliens, bro. There's no way that's anything but aliens. That's either aliens or some fucking crazy government something. Like, that's aliens, bro. And we beckon. Yo! Instead of being like, holy fuck. We beckon it. Come here, I didn't have a phone. Y'all know me. I wasn't a user of a phone. I didn't have one. It wasn't until after this event that I decided to get an iPhone 4, if that dates when this happened. So, we're smoking. We see these lights. And mind you, we're the kind of people who did a lot of mushrooms and shit at the time. We weren't tripping or nothing, but we were very open-minded people. We were very into, like, things like this. So we saw it and we were like, damn, look at that. And we're like, bro, they're just showing themselves to us because they know, like, we real shit, you know what I mean? And we're just, you know, kind of just, like, goofing. And I'm like, yo, come here. He beckons it. So guess what happens? It comes to us. We're beckoning this. This cluster of lights starts to move. And we're like, I'm smoking. We're just staring at it after, yo, come here. Just, you know, we're just fucking, we don't think this thing's coming to us. We're just calling, hoping it does. Because we can't wait to, like, leave the planet Earth or whatever. This cluster of lights starts, it looks like it's coming towards us. Not like it's growing in place or anything, but like it's moving towards us. And we're like, I'm like, bro, it looks like it's moving. He's like, it's moving towards us. I'm like, you think it hurt us? It's going to come, you know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, we're like mind blown. Like, that's it. Like, look at that. What's this cluster of lights? We're mind blown. And then it starts to move and we're like, damn, you think that's going to, I'm like, you think it's going to come to us? And we're like, ha ha ha, you know. This cluster, as it gets closer, we start to see shape. The lights start to spread out and become less sporadic looking. They start to spread out and take shape, and we see the craft that these lights are on. It's a triangle, a perfect triangle. At the tip of each of the triangle's tips is one bright light that looked like it could be maybe sort of all of the possible color spectrums in those lights, and under, like, down the edges of it were more smaller ones, but they were all seemingly white when they were approaching. But when they were back there, there was a full spectrum of colors. So we're smoking, and that's all I can say. This thing starts to come towards us, and I go, bro, and I put my hand on Eric's chest, like, bro, I didn't look at him. I just reached out like, holy fuck. And I felt like I could see a craft, and I have my cigarette in my hand, and I'm like, and this thing, all of a sudden, and I swear to God, I shit you not, I put it on everything I love. This thing stops directly over us, and it's huge. So huge, we're staring straight up at it. I can't see sky. Okay, I see craft, metal, and lights, and it's silent. We can't hear the cars. The cars are just cruising by on the road, just cruising by. We can't hear them. We can't hear anything. I'm trying to scream for Kitty. He's trying to scream for Rachel. Babe, babe! Neither of us can move. We can't say anything. We can't hear anything. We can't look away. We were just staring at this fucking shit. I didn't feel like I was in danger. I was just staring up at this thing. And then after, a couple seconds, it flew away. And as it flew away very, very quickly. It got small quickly. As it got small, it became that cluster of lights and it disappeared. And as it flew away, all the sound came back. And I still had my hand on Eric's chest. My cigarette was on the ground. And Eric was like, bro, I couldn't move. And then we both sprinted into the house to tell our girlfriends what had just happened. And they didn't believe us. They were like, oh, okay, sure. Why didn't we hear it? Why didn't we see it? Why didn't you call us? Why didn't you? It seemed like none of the cars. It seemed like only we could see it. Like in that moment, it only wanted us to see it. But like, we beckoned it and it locked onto us and came and took a look at us and then left. There was no contact. There was no abduction. There was no crazy boom. There was no, I was lifted into the sky. There's no vivid memories of things or lapses of time. There's nothing like that. I went outside to smoke a cigarette. I saw a cluster of lights. I thought, bro, it's aliens. I beckoned it and it came, bro. And it stopped and it showed itself to me and it froze me in place and then it disappeared. It flew away. And it changed my life in a big way. Like if you tell me aliens don't exist, I'll tell you, yeah, they do. If that was a government vessel, bro, we're in trouble. Okay? I didn't feel like I was in danger at all. I firmly believe that was an advanced race of alien beings just observing us. And Eric and I had just tripped on acid a few days ago, and I'm not talking like shit was melting. I'm talking like meditated and spoke to the universe type of acid trips. So we were in tune with like reality, the real reality, and seeing UFOs seemed like a total normal thing to us. Like, of course they're gonna show themselves to us. You know what I mean? But when we beckoned it, and it came to us, and mind you, we weren't tripping. We were sober. We were completely sober. I maybe smoked a joint or something, but we beckoned it, and it came, and it showed us and confirmed for me that the reality I see around me and hear around me on a daily basis is probably fictional. Changed the way I look at everything about life. My ramen is gone. Made me think about the movie Nope. I don't think I've seen that. Pretty sure me and my mom saw UFO before. However, in one place didn't make a sound. It wasn't a helicopter. The whole didn't make a sound thing, that's key to me. Because this is larger than any ship, any vehicle I've ever seen in person. It was an enormous triangle. So much so, it was flying directly above me and my friend in our townhouse. And I was looking up, and I could not see sky. None. It was metal and lights, bro. I'm huge. Huge. Soundless. Not only was it not making sound, nothing was making sound. My theory is this. It dampens not only its own sound, but the hearing, the perception to hear any sound it may make of any of those around it. I think it's just cloaking tech of some kind. I think it's just audio cloaking tech that it had engaged. And whatever visual cloaking tech, it had disengaged to show us. But it seemed like there was no like reports on it. Nobody had reported a thing. Like it was like it never happened to anyone else around us. But to him and I, it absolutely happened. We went out to smoke a cigarette and had a life-changing experience with an alien ship. In the middle of we weren't in no woods. We're in Canal, Winchester, Ohio, in the middle of a busy street, basically. Would have made noise if it was a helicopter, and helicopters are not perfectly still. Right. Do believe we most likely aren't the only species in the galaxy, at the very least. Absolutely not.
Like it's transforming? Okay. So that might be a aurora or something, right? I thought it was the sun at first.
Something that's really going to shock you is that they've already planned a global constitution for you. It's already been planned. They're already planning to do away with the Constitution of the United States under Presidential Executive Order number 11490, signed into law in 1969. You don't even know about it, do you? Well, we have that right here as well. But this book here is the Global Constitution Plan. And in fact, what does it say, Anthony? A constitution for the Federation of Earth. And very clearly here in the preamble, they tell us right where they're coming from.
This video I'm about to show y'all, you've probably seen it. I've probably shown it on stream before, but hold on. So this video, I can't find it anywhere else. I feel like this is perfect cell. Can you guys confirm or deny if this is a Dragon Ball character for me, please? Hold up. That is a man floating in the sky, getting struck by lightning in China, with a large group of people on the ground filming it. Every time I find this video on YouTube or somewhere, it seems to disappear, and I have to find somebody who re-uploaded it. This right here, I just searched for it, and there was people on Reddit like, I can't find the video of the floating man being struck by lightning. Does anybody have it? Like, this is on Pinterest right now. It's this link. I found it on Pinterest, but it's to YouTube. But like, what is this? If this is fake, nobody's come out and said it's fake. People on the ground filming up directly at him. They could just be filming the lightning, but what did the lightning strike? So this is what I think. Bear with me, okay? Frieza or whatever. Cell. Vegeta. Somebody's fucking up there charging up. And that's why the weather is happening the way it's happening. Because they're fucking drawing in the energy. They're becoming the 0 point and charging the way DBZ people do, right? Just like, and then the weather be changing. Just like in DBZ, you know what I'm saying? You get full power, fucking the sky gets black type shit because you got all the energy. This motherfucking lightning storm is being caused by this fucking Super Saiyan. That's what I think. Comograph? I think that is just, this is and I say it because it's, you know, I think that this is just proof that Dragon Ball is real. And I don't mean that literally, like, you know, Goku and them, but like, I think that if this is a real video, that is a man who has control of his energy to the point where we would see like a Dragon Ball character where he's floating in the air with his arms crossed. He's got so much energy, he's just floating and causing the weather to shift around him. He's so powerful, he gets struck by lightning, and it's filling him with more energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's full power Frieza right there. Or something. That's an X-Man. That's Comograph. That's Vegeta. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them, bro. Like, that's an anime character in real life. That's a motherfucker that's like Bruce Lee times 4 million. He got so much control over his energy, he can just manipulate the storms. And right now, he's just trying it for the first time. And he's like, holy fuck. And after this, he's like, I can't do that again, bro. I can't do that where there's people, bro. Like, this man, you know, this Goku, he finna achieve Super Saiyan, bro. Could be woman. Who knows.lol. It's my favorite website.
A new world order and a new age. We have very carefully documented what we're saying here today. And if you think this is silly, then I just ask you to call this organization or write them and get your own copy of this.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
You're damn right. Independence from God. Hold on a minute. I want to read that. Independence from God, a global new world order. The kings of the earth take their stand, and the rulers conspire together against the Lord and his anointed one. Let's tear off their chains and throw their ropes off of us. Psalm 2:2-3 CSB, whatever that means. Interesting.
This is the real reason why the Georgia Guidestones was demolished.
What up, bro?
They demolished them?
There's this hole right here. See that hole? It lines up with Polaris, the North Pole Star, all year. If you look at nighttime through from the other side, that hole goes up, and the North Pole Star is right in the middle, and it happens year-round. This is actually proof that the Earth is a flat, stationary Earth. And that's why this costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to build, right? This is what they want for the New World Order, of course. But the point is, they know what the Earth is, right? This thing wouldn't work if the Earth was spinning 1,000 miles an hour, shooting 66,000 miles per hour around the sun. It literally wouldn't work. It gets even worse, though, guys. On the side here, it's actually a calendar. So if you see...
Okay, look. The Georgia Guidestones I don't give a fuck with this deal. I ain't never finna believe that the Earth is flat, okay? That's not how energy works. We're not in a lab somewhere on a flat plane of existence. Like, physical matter forms around the gravitational center. This is a sphere that we're on, period, okay? But the Georgia Guidestones, they're crazy. The Guidestones... I didn't know they demolished them, but that's a great thing because the Guidestones were established by whoever the powers that be, and they just have maintained the world's population under 500 million. Shit like that, like a list of guides, and it's written in every language all the way back to ancient Sumerian on these Guidestones. It's pretty fucking crazy. And an obvious admission of, like, intent. It's crazy.
This right here. This is a calendar, so if you look through this, you can track the sun every day throughout the year. There's a certain year where it would be right in the middle on the solstice. It's a calendar, okay? They buried a time capsule over here, yep, and it tells you all about the astronomical abilities of it, right? This is some crazy stuff. So, channel through stone indicates celestial pole. That's the little hole that you see the North Star through. Every day for thousands of years. Horizontal slot indicates annual travel of sun, which is that right there, which is how you get the solstice. Sunbeam through the capstone marks noontime throughout the year. There's a slit in the top. When it's exactly 12 o'clock, the sun will be right in the middle of it.
They can't even do proper subtitles. Sunbeam through the calfstone. It's capstone first of all.
There's a slit in the top.
When it's exactly. He said when it's, not wish, okay? I don't understand. How is this video made by somebody who can't hear what this man's actually saying? Like, you don't even hear the words this man's saying. You don't even care. If you wish exactly, you just put what this sentence doesn't make sense, bro. He's stumbling over his words. The word wish was never used.
The sun will be right in the middle of it.
That's not even about flat earthers. It's just people who make content and then put subtitles on their content that isn't what they're actually saying.
Because the sky does the same thing and resets every year. This will always be accurate. That's why I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars building it. Or it would be a waste of money, right? It would only be right one
He
year.
said that's why I spent hundreds of thousands. At least that's what the subtitle said. Like, that guy spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to build the Georgia Guidestones.
So there you go. The Georgia Guidestones, not only was they basically the New World Order written in stone, there was also a complete astronomical clock. Obviously, there's been a massive rise in people questioning the nature of reality and where they live and how they got here. So they've had to cover the tracks obviously people are exposing Agenda 21 of the United Nations, and obviously what people are calling a New World Order, which is basically exactly what was written on them stones.
That's why they demolished the
I mean,
stones. Not because they prove the earth is fucking flat, but because they're a clear admission of the intention of the Illuminati and the creation of the New World Order. That's why they demolished the fucking stones.
I implore y'all to do y'all own research too. So when y'all go look up
Who
what
knows
these titles are,
LOL should be a
and,
website.
you know, really read it and try to comprehend and understand it. If you can't understand it the first time, read it again. Read it again. Then write it down. Break it down. You know, like really understand what you're reading and seeing what the hell is going on. A lot of people go through life and just, you know, I'm just existing. I'm just breathing air. You ain't even breathing right. First of all, you mouth breathing ass, but you're supposed to be breathing through your nose so it can filter and stuff like that. But whatever, we ain't gonna get into all that. I'm just saying, you know, we got the mouth breathers out here. Shout out to y'all. But no, I'm just playing. On a serious note, you know, go ahead and read, digest the information, man, so we can get better as a people. Because me, I'm doing my due diligence. I'm learning stuff. I don't know everything. I don't come on here acting like I know everything. I know some stuff that I know, and you know, I know some stuff that can't go because some stuff just don't flow. You feel me? It just don't. The sense don't be. The math don't be mathing y'all sometimes. But really look that up. It's important.
The situation with Donald Trump was a big shock.
I need to
They
do a
didn't
dab.
expect
Yo.
that to happen. That was an accident, I suppose. Absolutely an accident. Not part of their game.
Oh, before he continues talking, I already know what he's about to say because I've always known this. And I don't think I've ever heard somebody say this in this context. So I'm kind of excited to hear it. But Donald, this is why. If you asked me out of all the presidents, which one I preferred to be in office, my answer is complicated. My first answer would be Donald Trump. My second answer, to follow that up, I would say that I hate all of them, including Donald Trump. They're all pieces of complete garbage, including Donald Trump, okay? I don't give a fuck about a single politician or reality star turned politician or person who thinks that they're a leader of the free world. I don't give a fuck because all of them are manipulated pieces of shit. Or pieces of shit in general in real life in their actual daily life, or don't give a fuck about no one but themselves, or whatever. But let me elaborate. The reason why I would prefer Trump being in the office is because of what this man is about to say. The presidents are selected, not elected. I know you've heard that. That's why you get to vote between one pedophile and this other pedophile, or this pedophile and that pedophile, or this pedophile and that fucking pedophile, okay? Donald Trump wasn't part of the plan. He edged his way in. He got in, and he started to tell us things. Whether his intention was to free the people or give us information because he was a good guy is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he started to tell us things that were uncontrolled. Things that the controllers didn't want him to say. And I want that information. And I want the people who control the governments to be freaking out because some dumbass orange guy is spewing all their secrets like a fucking moron. I want that. Because the presidency and the leaders and all that, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. I don't obey not a single one of these motherfuckers. I have no patriotism, none of that shit. And I'm a veteran, okay? I have no delusions about presidents or any leaders of this world. But I will say, it was very obvious to me as a heavy conspiracy theorist that Donald Trump was an accident. They did not want Donald Trump to be in office. He was not controlled opposition. He was just opposition. And they didn't like that. And that's why I want him back in office again, because I think it's just gonna, that's why it's so much, oh, we gotta get him in jail, we gotta fucking, blah, blah. They just, anything they possibly can to keep him from being a politician, because even if he's a good guy or not, he says things he's not supposed to say. James, that's all of them. It doesn't matter. He says things he's not supposed to say. I'm not saying he's not a lying piece of shit. I don't care. What I'm saying is he disrupts the plans of the people who control the world, the real people, not the presidents, the people behind the scenes, the people who most people would consider the Illuminati, whoever they may be, whatever their organization may actually be called or whatever. Their plans are disrupted by Donald Trump being the president. And that's what I want. I want the New World Order and the people who want the New World Order to be disrupted. I don't give a fuck if it's because there's a reality star in office or because so-and-so died or whatever. I just want the control that's in place on us as a species to be disrupted. Let's see what this man has to say.
Time of the oligarch system was happened an accident. Because normally it have to be Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And the process which we are dealing now with this pandemic and all these liars was supposed to be in 2016.
They were pushed into
exactly
early
in a
start.
sense to be in 2020 to be a disaster regarding food and water.
So he's saying that there was supposed to be a disaster in this guy saying there was supposed to be a disaster in 2016. They needed Hillary in office or somebody in office who would follow through with those plans. And Trump being in office disrupted those plans. So we didn't get COVID for 4 more years because Trump was in office. And so the people who were going to push COVID were like, we gotta wait, we gotta get Biden in office. And they got Biden in office. He had a heart attack and died or whatever. And then now they have someone out there wearing his skin. And, you know.
Which normally they want to arrive in 2025 now.
I don't know. I can't tell either.
So the plan was a little bit changed. And for this reason, of course, they will not succeed. This is clear. I mean, the system is almost down. It's, but of course, there are the last moments, and we have to have the courage now, all of us, to say no. In a sense that UN could be a fantastic, can have the fantastic role, but is not, because it's totally under control of the oligarchs. The problem is that these oligarchs, all of them, are related with the system of the pedophilia one. Yes. Because we know that there are more than 8 million children per year which they disappear.
See?
8 million does mean...
If you are a president of recent memory, you most likely be touching kids, bro. It's not just me being off the wall, bro. Like,
the entire population of Austria.
But what?
Austria.
Think about that. The entire population of Austria. 8 million are going missing every year. Come on, people. Let me know in the comments down below.
He's probably Austrian because he mentioned Austria.
We done heard a lot of different stories. I think it's all of them at once. The ones that we've talked about before. It's all of them. Because that's a very large number. What's that? That's a damn country.
What I realized is we are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight that we do, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the babies we eat, the food we eat, thing that we do, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
She didn't even say, like, the food we eat, the babies we feed, and, like, you know, like, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the babies we feed, where you can tell that she just had, like, a mix-up in words. She said, the babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. Where did babies come from? What you talking about?
We are the first species.
No. Let's not talk about species. There's different species of humanoids on this planet. We ain't eating no babies over here.
2013,
former Canadian Minister of National Defense, Paul Hellyer, declared that,
and I mean that in the most upright way possible. There's different species on this earth. All skin folk ain't kinfolk either. People that look like you, they ain't all kin of you. We ain't all the same. This shit crazy though. But look, I think there's somebody, there's people, these celebrities and stuff like that, that mention eating this pizza, and they done slipped up saying babies too in the same sentence when they were talking about food.
Yeah.
They eating the babies and putting them on the pizza, y'all? Let me know in the comments down below.
They eating the babies, putting them on the pizza, y'all? Let me know in the comments down below.
Why do you say that UFOs
A holy
are
gork?
as
Wait,
real
will you
as the
wait?
airplanes flying over our heads?
What are you talking about?
Because I know that they are. And they've been visiting this planet for thousands of years. And there is what is called a...
That's what I believe. If you ask me when do I think aliens got here, bro, thousands of years ago. I think all of the biblical beings that the Bible does, because I do believe that the Bible, that there is truth in the Bible, that it was written by people recounting what they saw. That's what I believe. I also believe it was written by people who didn't understand what they were looking at. And all the chariots of fire and all of that shit. It's all just referencing alien craft, extraterrestrial beings. The knowledge that they were given from this angel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that being came there in a craft and gave them some science. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have firm belief that all of our faith and religion and all of the things that we believe as a species, all of the beings, the mythical, religious, biblical beings, maybe not necessarily like our prophets, but I'm talking about like the people in the stories surrounding those prophets, aliens, all of them. That's my belief. For even the first emperor of China, I believe he was the first. They say he came down in a dragon from the clouds, and then he exited the belly of the dragon and became their emperor and gave them medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, and then ruled them. And occasionally he would climb into the belly of his dragon. I've watched Ancient Aliens. Eventually he would climb into the belly of his dragon, and they would just fly away, and he would go across the world, and he would be back in an hour. And he would exit the belly of his dragon. He was the emperor of China. I forget his name. He was the first emperor of China. Literally came from the sky in a fucking dragon, climbed out of its belly, gave them medicine, was able to travel the whole world in an hour. And then when he was done, bro, you know what he did? He got in the belly of his dragon and fucking left. First emperor of China arrived from the sky and left in the sky. Wasn't born here, didn't die here.
Federation of these people.
President, we have intelligence that would indicate this one species of aliens have a...
Yeah, I've definitely watched Ancient Aliens, James. There was a rebellion because the emperor's brother claimed he was Jesus' brother. It was a huge massacre. Are we talking about the same emperor? Because that's kind of crazy. I mean, even if we're not, that's still crazy. That's a crazy story. Yeah, and like, that's another thing. This isn't myth. I'm not talking about this like it's myth. This emperor of China showed up. Like, this isn't myth. It's Chinese history. Like, what if we said the first leader of America arrived in a giant bird and climbed out of his belly and fucking gave us forensic science, and then after 10 years he climbed into his bird and left in the sky? What if that was our history? That's Chinese history, bro. The first emperor arrived in the belly of a dragon, arrived in a dragon, climbed out of the dragon, gave them medicine, was able to freely travel the world in his dragon, and left in his dragon. That's Chinese history. It's ancient history, but that's Chinese history.
Abducted people from Earth. They have performed scientific and medical tests
Because
on
he
these humans.
wasn't a religious figure. He was an emperor. He was a ruler of their nation. He was the ruler of China. He was emperor. He wasn't a religious prophet. He was, the way we would view it, a political figure, right? A form of royalty or a politician or whatever. A person who would take place as the leader of a people. That's their history. He showed up in a dragon, bro. Left in a fucking dragon. Climbed in and out of its belly.
To the best of our knowledge, no humans have been killed, but as advisor number 1 stated, the intelligence is from witnesses, and we haven't thoroughly evaluated this intelligence. We have captured one of these hostile aliens. This gets into some very, very sensitive areas, Mr. President. I strongly suggest we end this discussion and move on to any further questions that you might have, and then get back to this. I don't think we are prepared to provide you with accurate answers to your questions about the potentially hostile aliens at this time.
They're not hostile, bro.
And that was March 6th to 8th.
The fact that they're potentially hostile, the government uses fear of aliens to control us and our narrative. If we knew, let's just say, for example, an advanced alien race is here. Let's say they have a little bit of knowledge about the origin of the universe. Whether it's a god or a machine that did no matter what it is, if we're in contact with advanced extraterrestrial beings and they have knowledge of the origin of the universe, the governments of this world could no longer control us with the mystery of the origin of the universe. Because the origin of the universe, the origin of humanity, is the biggest question anyone has. That's the basis of all religion. The basis of all religion is some group claiming to know the origin of the universe, claiming that their version is right, that at least the origin of humanity, that their version is right. That's what religion is based on. If we suddenly have solid, concrete evidence from another species, from another planet, who actually has some evidence of the origin of the universe, that's why, if people say, if aliens are real, then why are they hiding them from us? That's why. Because that one piece of information crumbles the control grid that the governments of this world have on us as a people. That's what, that one piece of information. That aliens are real and they know the origin of some shit. That's it. Boom. The whole control grid is done. It's over. Gone. You can't control us anymore. Nobody's brainwashed anymore. That's just, it derails thousands of years of brainwashing of humanity that these governments have been going through, bro. Got silenced right away, the whole faction. That's what he was stating. Cause rebellion. It was the third biggest massacre in Asian history. That's crazy. Yeah, so like that's the secret. That's why they would hide them from us. Because they would come here with the knowledge that we as a people could really use to maybe advance a little bit. Whether we were an experiment or whether we crawled out of the ocean, whether there's a literal man who is God, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If there's an alien being who has some sort of evidence of whatever the origin is, there you go. There's no more fighting over what's right and wrong. We have some proof. Now we know. Now we unify. The last thing the governments want, is a unified people. And if we all suddenly feel like we understand the origin of humanity together, that's massive amounts of unification. That's what we need in order to advance as a people, as a planet, to new heights of whatever society. And that's what the government is striving to keep from us. Whatever that piece of info is that will unify us, whether it's free energy, where we no longer have to suffer financially because all of our energy is free now because we have free energy technology, whether it's something like a matter replication technology, so suddenly world hunger is solved, You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what they have, whether it's knowledge about the origin of the universe, no matter what they have, whether it's hidden technology or hidden information, the reason that it is hidden from us is because it's so powerful, whatever it may be, that it will single-handedly unify us as a people. And our enemies, who are a significantly smaller group than us, don't want that. If the government versus the people fight each other, the government watches. If the people unify, the government runs away, scared, rightfully so. So any information that would unify us is censored fully, wholeheartedly, to a T. Whether it comes down to murdering whole families if they have to, whether it comes down to committing pedophilia to keep people quiet, it doesn't matter. They will, because they're trying to control billions of people, and they're doing it successfully. So that's why it's so important that we push and push and push, and these conspiracies and conspiracy theories are proven true. Because the more people see that these things are true, the more we slowly unify, and the less power the people who want us separate have over us as a group. You know? Right. I could believe that.
1981.
James?
President Reagan said, okay, but expect this to be given to me as soon as possible. I want to know everything about these hostile creatures. So, I mean, we should start forming policies on how to deal with them.
Like a little. Is that a head?
Yeah, is that a head?
Oh, it's a body. Supposedly, anyway, right? I don't know if I can get through this clip with him breathing like this, y'all.
Same,
I don't know
bro.
If I'm gonna make it him breathing like he Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or some shit walking you down. You know, them niggas ain't run, but that's crazy.
Same.
Like, bro, you ain't out of breath recording this shit like that. You got a gas mask on or something? I'm trying to get it, bro.
Yeah, why is he breathing like it? It's got to be the gas mask. He's got to have a mask on. Because if this is an alien, you don't know if it's real. The implication is that this is real, and so that you don't know what hazards it may present, and so that's why he be in a hazmat suit, and that's why he breathing like that.
Oh, you about to touch it.
Oh, that's its mouth right there.
It sound like it's alive? Oh, you gonna put... Oh, he trying to open up the eye. Go ahead, open the eye. I'm here for it. Oh, he opened it, y'all.
Could so easily just be fucking Hollywood magic, that
now
thing.
We can see the facial features. It's a little bad video, though.
This is 1990, all right? I know it's 2024, okay? Go watch a movie from 1990. The film is a little better than this. Now, a home video from 1990? Okay. It looked like this. But tell me, why? Why would the United States government be filming something like this on a home video camera? I don't care if it's 1990 or not. They have significantly clearer technology to film on. It was only 24 years ago. It wasn't that fucking long ago, bro. Like, epic guild master part of the Bible probably took information from the story and made a story in the Bible. A picture of a frying pan bottom, convinced him it was a planet. And he said, if I can convince you with $12 in Photoshop, imagine what I could do with NASA budget. Yep. So my point is, why the fuck is this fit? Why does this look like a home video of a 3-year-old's birthday party from 1985? You know, this is government footage of alien life. Why does it look like this? Give me a fucking break. If it is real, I don't know what he's trying to show us, because the video is terrible. Yeah, still, it's the government. It's the government. Like, I don't know. You know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm misremembering the quality of like Hollywood films. But I'm just, if I was the motherfucker filming this alien, bro, I don't know. I have home video of myself backyard wrestling. Okay, from like 1998. That's way clearer than that. And it's only 8 years in the future, and I was a child with a home video camera. A big, stupid home video, an old home video camera that I borrowed from my neighbor. You plug fucking tapes into. And that's way clearer than this.
There is something in the sky over the desert here in California. Something, again, I guess you have to call it a UFO, because I don't know what this is we're looking at. It is definitely weird, but earlier this week, Jeremy Corbell, who we've had on the show, where he's going to be joining us in just a moment. And George Knapp. Revealed this video on their weaponized podcast. And it's definitely startling. I don't know what it is, and we're not going to get into the whole alien conversation yet. We're just going to talk about what is
We're saying this, an unidentified flying object means you can't identify what is in the sky.
You're going to see this video, and then Jeremy's going to join us, because there is a very, very eerie story or curious story behind these lights that you're about to see.
No, you can see like an outline of something. Yeah.
It's moving.
Take
What do you got?
to your leader. Oh, hell no.
Take me to your leader.
We got UFOs outside. There's more lights around it.
My brother, cousin did a better video. His kids were on holiday in Florida.
And you heard,
There's
you heard
something
the
in the
full
sky.
gamut of reactions to that, where someone says we got aliens, someone says UFO, you know.
But it's something that's, it is odd. You see 5 lights, and
I will say that at first when I saw this, I just thought, okay, sometimes we see a formation of lights, like sometimes it's satellites that you see, but there's another image here that Jeremy has. So he's going to join us now, and this new other image really does paint a different picture here. So without further ado, Jeremy Corbell, welcome back to TMZ Live. This one is, I'm befuddled.
And that's a big deal, Jeremy, I must say.
I'm not a true believer.
Befuddling Charles is progress.
I've never used that word, but I am befuddled too. So check it out. This is really simple. This is an active investigation. We're trying to crowdsource to get more information. What happened was there was, these lights that were in the sky, and I first thought they were flares. This was 2 years ago, but all the Marines that I've spoken with said they could see the body of the craft. You can hear that in the audio. So they're telling me there was a triangular shaped craft, and you can see that in that low light image. So I've been doing my best to get information, and I want the world now to kind of embrace this. The whole idea, as you guys know, is to reduce UFO stigma.
The whole
and to
triangle
help the
thing,
reporting
bro.
process. So this is an open case we're putting to the public. It's just incredible. Again, there's a lot of talk if these are just flares, and we're trying to figure that out. But all the witnesses say they saw a huge triangular shaped craft. They actually shot up illumination flares to try to highlight that craft at that time. There were training exercises going on at the time, but not on every night. So this is something that everybody's trying to figure out what is this.
Fucking
This
problem.
is in 29 Palms, California, in the high desert, and it was near a Marine base, Camp Wilson, and this was just about, what, 2 years ago or 3 years?
It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I'm gonna let y'all on this, bro. Like, it kills me when I hear it might be a flare or this, that, people that think that way. Look, what flares do we have that are just sitting there levitating, holding form, and moving together as one? Sometimes they separate and go to different ways and do all this and that. I just look, man, the math ain't mathing, y'all. I know y'all feel uncomfortable and stuff like that. Your butthole probably this tight, like, you're just all uptight, you feel me? But look, man, it's things outside of us. It's things on this planet that we don't even understand. So y'all can look up in there in the sky and see something that you've never seen before, and you'll just be in denial because you're afraid.
Yeah, just under 2 years ago, it was actually over the military base. That's why there's got to be a whole bunch of data that's not being released and not being properly reported. So all of these people that came forward to me, they shoot flares. They're telling me these were not flares until they shot up the illumination flares.
So, Jeremy, explain, once they took these pictures, these images, what happened to it? Did it fly away? Did it disappear? What were they saying happened once they illuminated it?
Yeah, this is what's so bizarre. So as those illumination rounds start coming down towards that craft across the board, they say it blinked out. And I said, what? Did the lights blink out? And they said the entire body of the craft that we saw just vanished. And so that's why, look, I don't know what this is. This is an open case, but we're trying to get more information. There's got to be more people with video and information of this, and the base is not being forthcoming. So that's the idea, is let's see who comes forward now. This might be an explainable case, but that's my job. Investigating UFOs, you have to go for the lead and try to understand an unidentified.
Yeah, man, look, I think that's very interesting. But look, I say...
All right. What else you got? Give me something.
Did they just really give us disclosure? Oh, man, yo, let's hop into this video. Make sure y'all go ahead and smash that like button, man. It's a lot of crazy things that's going on in the world, and this is a channel where we talk about everything, no matter how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's crazy. We're just having a dope time with dope people. Make sure y'all smash that like button.
Nobody's crazy.
And look, without further ado, let's just hop straight into this video. And remember, I know it's tough out here, but just know you're not.
I keep forgetting to bring up Rusty's retirement,
channel,
man.
We're going through this thing called life together. Let's get it.
Jeremy, I want to talk to you for a second. The Pentagon's UFO chief, this is a Pentagon guy, a UFO chief, the chairman of Harvard's astronomy department as well, both releasing a report on Tuesday where they wrote an artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes.
Oh my God, I've seen that so many times.
To Earth.
There are so many times where I see a ball in the sky, it's a big ball, and you see little ones come off of it and disappear, and then the big one disappears. What the fuck was that? I clearly saw a big light, and I think, is that a star? And then smaller stars come off of it, and then they all disappear. What the fuck is that? That's the thing I've seen with my eyes many, many times in the sky.
The Pentagon talking about the idea of a mothership going above us and sending probes down. It's interesting. Jeremy, I want to...
Henry Mitchell, thanks. In 60 seconds, the new draft report on UFOs.
Yeah. But have you ever seen a wrestler retire when they say they're going to retire? Cena will retire, and then he'll come back for one more match. Even Stone Cold did it, bro. Stone Cold was the only one that I could think of who was like... He didn't tell anybody. Had his last match with The Rock, and then disappeared. And then 19 years later, had another match. And that's the smallest case. Shawn Michaels tried to come out of fucking retirement. And they always... Ric Flair wrestled till he was fucking 85 or whatever. John Cena is still in, like, perfect health. He's, like, still a physical specimen. He will be right back in the ring, I believe. He'll just make appearances and shit.
Close to Earth. Stay with us.
This one of these moments like, yeah, they said that shit, y'all. Yeah, they said it, y'all.
Basically, we're out of money. And so that's why today, in order to sustain Ukraine as it continues to fight, I'm sending Congress a supplemental budget request. It's going to keep weapons and ammunition flowing without interruption to the brave Ukrainian fighters and continue to...
This is the Biden that's earlobes are attached. There's another version of Biden whose earlobes are not attached and they're floppy. This is the one whose earlobes are attached. So I think this is the CIA mask. Whoever this is fake Biden. Hulk Hogan seems to be pretty retired at this point. I don't know. He still refers to himself as fucking, you know, Hulkamania, and us as his Hulkamaniacs. You know, he came out of retirement a few times, I think, Hogan.
Economic and humanitarian assistance.
He's retired, though.
I'm convinced all Joe Biden wants to do is take a nap, wake up, and send money to Ukraine. I don't know what the hell they got on him, but, bruh, he's sending another 30. He wants to send another $37 billion to Ukraine for aid to help what's going on. And I get you want to help, but we need help too, boo. Please help us. What we got to do? Do we got to change all the hoods in America to the name Ukraine? Compton is now Ukraine. Ferguson, now Ukraine. Flint, Michigan. We got a bunch of black Ukrainians out there that would love some help, Joe Biden. Send a 0.5%. There's a 0.5% of the money that you sent to Ukraine to Flint to fix a simple water issue. Can we do that, please? Like, as I was reading that he trying to send $37 billion, I had to walk over homeless people this morning. So what is we doing here with your...
Right.
Oh, it's just a banking system collapse in California like dominoes. Nothing to see here.
I love seeing the banks fall apart. That's my favorite. I've been waiting for the banks to fall apart for fucking 15 years, man.
Is that our Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary Yellen, is closely tracking the developments with the Silicon Valley Bank.
Well, let's bail out Ukraine for $130 billion while your bank fails, right?
Y'all feeling me?
Estaba aquí en el volcán Arauco y grabando el valle, vaya para abajo, miren lo que lo encontramos, un ovni, un objeto que brilla ya no identificado. Puede que sea el día de la independencia hoy día, weón, va a quedar la cagada que se van a enfrentar, weón.
Whoa, look at that.
O será Goku, weón, que está haciendo la Genkidama, weón.
It's gonna shoot up into the air, innit?
You're gonna get way closer.
Mira, weón. Voy a darle todo el aumento por los 126 de él.
Whoa.
want you to look at that.
Whoa.
Mira, 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 Katy, cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Ven a ver, culiao, mira cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Hold the camera still, bro.
Look at that, people.
Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Sácale una foto,
¿Qué
weón,
weón?
estoy grabando.
No sé, pues, weón.
¿Estás grabando? Sácale una foto.
Estoy grabando, weón. Mira, mira.
Está como en alto, sí, la weá, weón.
Sí, pues, weón.
It started in the year 2003. The vibrations and the frequencies of the old Earth are changing in vibration, and we're moving into another dimension. And this is having effects on people's bodies. There's a lot of things happening that people don't understand. As we move away, it's pulling away from the old Earth and creating a new Earth where everything is going to be wonderful. Total opposite from what it is right now. Moving into another dimension. And I've been told this is the greatest show on Earth. It has never happened before in the history of a universe that an entire planet will shift en masse into another dimension. So all the other beings, everything, all over the universe is watching this to see, can we pull it off? Because they don't know, it's never happened before that an entire planet has done this.
It's a beautiful thought.
An entire planet. So, you know, meanwhile, you know, your president is out here sending more money to other countries to fight wars about God know what. We know what it is, but you know, I don't want to get into that. But you know, we got banks here struggling. We could have prevented all of these things, bro, if we was just focusing on
They
us,
caused
right?
all those things, bro,
Look,
on purpose.
Y'all seen the videos. It is what it is. Y'all digesting this shit. Y'all tracking. Everybody tracking. Let me know if you tracking in the comments down below. Let's see where we're going with this thing.
When you first spot the mothership.
Woo! We just rolling, baby. We letting our hair down, and we just having it Friday evening. We going to the bar. We gonna have ourselves a few beers. And then, wait, what? Do you see what I see? Hold on, man. Look right over here. Where? It's right there. Right where? Right here, man. Look. Holy mother mayhem, that man. Just look at that.
That looks kind of like the Millennium
Don't forget
Falcon.
to like this kind of stuff, follow along, because I got plenty more to show you.
Look, we ain't got to pretend. We know exactly where this shit come from and what it is. They reverse engineered it from a long time ago.
Yeah, that's
Planet Nibiru
is here.
that looked like U.S. government technology engineered from alien technology. Is what that looked like.
Planet that's it's 10 times the size of Earth, and it's now in our solar system. It happened after a couple thousand years. It's also in the Bible. I'm sure in the Bible it's so cool. But in the end times, you'll see it. No.
It ain't gonna go like that. The Anunnaki are here. The Galactic Confederation is here.
The Anunnaki.
The spaceships that y'all see that people report, that's the Galactic Confederation. That ain't even the Anunnaki. That ain't even that's just the Galactic Confederation. Wait till the Lyras come through. Wait till the blue aliens come from under the ground. Wait till you get the Anunnaki. See, we would be like half-blood Anunnaki. We've been here a little bit. No, wait till you see these pure-blooded Anunnaki. Look just like me and you. They're gonna be luminous though, glowing, 100 feet tall. Physiques chiseled. You think I'm cut? Nah, you ain't seen cut. Wait till you see your ancestors. They here. Do not let this go over y'all head. Your government.
Hey, what
all
up,
around
Janet?
These elites, they panic.
Just chilling.
They panic because there was too many.
Watching
of us.
videos. How you
All right.
doing?
They didn't free Larry Hoover. They missed that deadline. Okay? They supposed to did that. They missed it. They didn't miss it. They just thought shit was the game. That nigga fucking, we ain't letting shit go. Okay, cool. You right. Don't worry about it.
A number of things that I've heard from people in the Pentagon, that
the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that Peter's.
Wow. That man just said the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is that the Sumerian gods are returning. I'm fine, kind of bored just a little bit. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to see. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Sparking Zero. On that note, I'm heading out to bed. Sure, enjoy the rest of your stream. Good night, Buster. I appreciate you. Thank you for the raid. Let's play Sound Boy. Stop going down the rabbit hole. Bro, my fucking tooth is killing me. I'm like low-key sitting here trying to fight off a toothache right now. That's why you keep seeing me like shove this motherfucking Orajel in my mouth. I'll play Zomboid soon. Probably not on stream yet. Because it's late as fuck.
Can you repeat that again,
It's
just
11,
in case anybody missed it?
20.
The password and
In the Pentagon, in the the military circles that are in the know about the cover.
But I want to play Zomboid. I don't care if I'm streaming.
They kind of, in whisper tones, talk about the return of the Sumerian gods, and they're talking about the what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning into the Middle East, into Old Sumer area. The Anunnaki.
What do y'all think the oil spills and the train wrecks, all of that stuff, man? That's them
Distraction.
throwing a hissy fit. You know, it's like somebody, like, oh, if that's those type of people. Oh, if nobody can have you, I mean, if I can't have you, nobody can, and they start, you know what I'm saying, unaliving everybody just because of that. You know, that's that type of mentality. You know, that's a very hateful spirit right there.
Oh my mama, that's not natural. Man, they poisoning the people, making us docile like we cattle. Then they got heart changing the weather, snow, rain, and sleet. That's probably how they know what the weather is, all the way till next week. NASA showed us that they making clouds, so how the fuck I'm lying? Anesthesia, toxic metals, getting dropped while pilots flying. Not to mention why they steady blocking out the sun. Bill Gates just had show us, man, they fuck us up for fun. They must be really think they God, no, they some frauds, but I ain't tripping no. Heart just made it snow, now I gotta put on a bigger coat. Ancestors said they time almost up, so that's why I ain't worried. Gods and goddesses are back, finna turn this matrix to McFlurry.
Yo.
They claim they found the tomb of Osiris. A crystal city has arisen out of the Grand Canyon. In the Congo, they found...
They just say a crystal city has arisen out of the Grand Canyon. We're gonna have some fun. I really want to play Sparking. I can't wait for it. Janice, I'm telling you, man. I legitimately am having a hard time enjoying other video games right now. Like, the only games I find myself enjoying right now are Dragon Ball games because they're just holding me over. It's crazy. It's not even fair. You gonna 1v1 me when it comes out? We gonna fight?
Vibranium. There are currently 6 planetary bodies in the skies that our government is hiding from us. Planet Xylanthia, also known as Planet X, will soon make its appearance. A plane was attacked by a cloud. A UFO was spotted on the border of Mexico. Inky is here in the flesh. The Animus, also known as the extraterrestrial AI, is here. A white portal was spotted over...
The Animus, also known as extraterrestrial AI, is here. Interesting.
Tennessee. Arctic temperatures has hit North America. Inflation is high everywhere. Did the Earth's core really stop spinning? You heard my 2023 predictions, but are you ready for my 2023 premonitions?
Some people like, nah, nigga, not really. We don't want to hear that shit. Absolutely not. We don't want to hear the rest of that. Some people ain't ready.
So this just reminds me of what it's going to be like when the Earth continues to heat up. We're going to go back to our original form. We're going to have the muscle memory. We're going to remember like we never forgot. Look at that. It never forgot its original form. Oh my
That's
God,
so cool.
I can't wait. That is so beautiful.
That was cool.
I seen some people do a video of that and they put it in a pot and they put it on the stove and they try to do the same thing and they ain't do the same thing, and it was like, oh, this is fake. They didn't know what they was doing, but yeah. Just for people to see
440
that
hertz
too.
frequency of the music. It fucks you up inside if you don't tune it. I only fuck with solfeggio frequencies. Healing my body through sound, they be healing me. 432 is the sound of nature. Listen to that, watch the haters stop hating. 369, get rid of the fear. God always with you, you shouldn't be scared. 417, it helps with change. Get out that bad situation, don't blame. For miracles, listen to 528. I heard that shit help repair DNA. 639 for relationship problems. Listen to that, wanna know how to solve them. 741, help you be a little more confident. Trust yourself, I promise no one is stopping you. 852 is for spiritual order. Center yourself and get off of that border. 963 is for oneness and unity. I am not choosing you, bitch, I am choosing me. We can't come together if you in my frequency. But if you not bye, you not seeing me. You beat down bad on the low secretly. I want my peace, so I'm moving on peacefully.
Hey. Hey, look, he got the conscious rap on lock, y'all. Let me know in the comments down below who hired him in the conscious community with rap. He got it. You know, I guess people think, oh, Dre would be rapping like that.
Who's higher than him in the conscious community with rap? Are you kidding me? Tom McDonald, man.
Here's the problem with America, the country is broken. Cause they minds stay closed, but they mouths stay open. Get attacked and we blame terrorists, go broken, we blame the price. Blame racists for the racism, but only if his skin is white. If we don't need guns, cause we can call the police. We don't need fire extinguishers, call a fireman, please. You didn't wanna build a wall and now the border is weak. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet. Racism is gay, if you're offended, that's retarded. And tolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage. But you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these double standards, man, I'm tired of the noise. Freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order. Why they hate the flag, they try to burn it to the ground. Don't do that
Bro,
in front of me, I'ma
it's
let
so
off a
good.
round. Pow. Scream loud, burn the city down now. Put it on the news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where 85% of black people fill the prison. Is it cause they black or they make bad decisions? I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it white privilege? I believe politicians need to be locked up. Try to take our freedoms, that's how you get shot up. Got our back against the wall, try to just stop us. More guns, more ammunition, please stock up.
I can't even stop listening, bro.
Rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me wanna grab a rifle and just go. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your
It's so good, bro.
without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order. And everyone blames white folks for every little bitty thing. We don't have no one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility. I don't understand trans man with humility. I'm just trying to
Every
raise my
single
kid the best of my
song
ability. If I
in this
disagree, try
list
to
has a
cancel,
title that would be, you can tell it's about to push the boundaries with the PC world.
The system's killing everyone, it sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it and call it the news. Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see. I will always remember the land of the free. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special?
To a new world order.
Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order.
So to answer your question, bro, Tom McDonald. Who's better in the conscious rap game than that random guy on TikTok? Tom McDonald. Thank you very much.
If I rap, no, I'm not rapping about that stuff, y'all. I'm rapping about like, yeah, I'm not rapping. Not that. He got it, bro. Lit.
I'm a live stream stuff like this on YouTube sometime where I put together a compilation of fucked up shit and stream it. Just put a playlist on my channel of me watching shit like this, you know? Like, I got room for that shit on my channel. I got lots to say about shit like this, so why not?
Now, a lot of you might be wondering, what is UV radiation? UV radiation is radiation that is emitted from the sun to our planet, and it travels by nanometers. What is nanometers? Nanometers is just a billionth of a meter. That means that it hits your planet consistently. UVA radiation is basically a radiation that hits the skin, which causes us to age. This is why we grow old. All right. UVB radiation is also a form of radiation which is emitted from the sun to our planet. When exposed to a high level of UVB radiation, you can get skin tans, you can get skin burns, or you can even get skin cancer. You can even get a cell disease, which is called carcinoma. But the skin cancer that it gives people is called melanoma. That's UVB radiation. UVC radiation is also a form of radiation which is emitted from the sun to our planet, but right before it hits our planet, it is stopped by the ozone layer. Now, it's debatable. It's really stopped by the magnetic field line because the sun releases what you call solar wind, and when the solar wind actually hits the magnetic field line, it dissipates the solar wind, which breaks up the solar wind, creating ionizing particles, which the ionizing particles hits the ozone layer and it eats at it. When it eats the ozone layer, it removes the ozone layer, or slowly removes the ozone layer, putting holes in our ozone layer so that UVC radiation could hit the planet. UVC radiation is also a germ disposal. It's a virus disposal. It is also a genetic mutation wavelength. All right. This means that any group of people who grew up any people who basically came from a Neanderthal person or Neanderthal man, when UVC radiation pierced through this ozone layer, you will be genetically modified or genetically mutated back to what you originally was in the beginning.
That's crazy.
You don't have to believe me. You can look it up and research it yourself.
It's a couple things about that too that you gotta understand, man. We also we age too because we have telomere caps on the ends of our DNA. You know, that was genetically modified by you know who. It is what it is, and that's why you age. Some people say that the time is an illusion and this and that. That's not the reason why. You know,
time is an illusion, but that's not why we age.
Reasons from why things happen, man.
Time's not really an illusion. It's just, it's a construct.
You know, this. I had people in the comments on one of my last videos saying
not a law.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. The sun doesn't emit like radiation and solar wind. I'm just like, these people, like it be wild. Like that's like basic information.
So what they're saying in this article is, what if the hypothetical Planet 9, which they also call Planet X, the invisible planet, has moons? Well, I feel like this is them putting the truth in your face, because in the Sumerian text, Planet Nibiru is Planet X, right? In the Sumerian text, they tell you that Planet X is here. Planet X was actually used to come after and try to destroy Tiamat. All right. Let me make that a little bit more clearer for you. You know how we say Mother Earth, the planets are alive?
Fuck, my teeth hurt so bad. In the Sumerian text, it states that the planets are alive, have consciousness. This planet you call Earth, the original name is Tiamat. This planet was a bully. It's a female planet. That's why we call it Mother Earth. It was a bully.
In the Sumerian text, Nibiru, which we call Planet X, decided that it would put an end to the bulliness of Tiamat. The other planets in our solar system equipped Nibiru with weapons. What are those weapons? Today we would call those moons. And when Nibiru elliptical cycle, came close to Earth, one of those moons struck Earth. This is where the whole notion of flat Earth comes from.
Good videos,
the
Janet.
Earth is not flat.
Oh my God.
It is actually round with a chunk missing out due to the collision that happened millions of years ago. This is where the Big Bang Theory comes from. All right. They know that Nibiru has moons. Nibiru swings by Earth every 3,200 years. And it's time for it to do so again. So there's been many videos of people witnessing multiple suns in the sky, multiple planets. You've heard of Black Sun. It is that time for Nibiru to come. This could be why we're seeing...
I'm about to have to end stream after this video. My
crafts
fucking
and the
teeth are
government's
killing me,
telling you
y'all.
about it.
It's getting like
The
debilitating.
Anunnaki are here, people. Get the Soul Trap session because it's about to go down.
Henry Mitchell, thanks. In 60 seconds, the new draft report on UFOs. The Pentagon's expert warning about a possible mothership coming close to Earth. Stay with us.
And we back with another episode of Some People About to Croak News, and we're gonna hop right into it. Let's get it. So I guess we can go ahead and start it off like this. Official government report claims, there could be an alien mothership just chilling in our solar system.
Yeah.
So people about to quote, four biggest U.S. banks lose $52 billion in market value. Y'all see these names right there? Y'all paying attention yet? That's all right. Don't worry about it. Just know when a loaf of bread is $353,000 for one slice, just know you heard it here first. So people about to quote.
Learn to bake your own bread.
Silicon Valley Bank collapses after failing to raise capital. Y'all think this game, don't y'all? Y'all really do. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Because the people about to quote. Yet another trail derailment. This time it's in West Virginia, right up the road from me, right over the mountains. Damn diesel fuel all in the river. So people about to quote. China's Xi Jinping, is getting ready for war, Russia's analysis says. We got this article saying the U.S. is not yet ready for the era of great power conflict. It's probably a good time to start getting ready. But judging by the comments on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter, these other countries are going to find out why we don't have free healthcare. Whole time these other countries about to run a train on us. It's all fun and games and jokes until, these countries team up and do a strategic strike and blow the arms off your little ugly ass cousin. So people about to quote, all the people that's about to be in the comments, oh, we can't be touched. We have the strongest army on the earth. Just remember what the Most High said. Moving on. Iran and Saudi Arabia joining up with BRICS. A lot of people sure is fleeing from that dollar. So people about to quote. Back to the Russia-Ukraine drama. Russia coming out and doing nuclear drills. Putting it on the TV screens and on the radios. And hey, get to the bunkers. The nukes just fell. So people about to quote. Well, after a year of people saying, oh, Russia can't even beat Ukraine. Russia's had enough. They're going all in.
Yeah.
So people about to quote. Catastrophic Ukrainian defeat. Russians crushed the 2 Ukrainian defenses in advance to Sloviansk. Kyiv evacuates the city. So it don't look like they're going from the top to get to Kyiv. Look like they're just pushing through on a slow, steady grind. And this shit is not good. So people about to quote. Looks like Russia's finally making that heavy push, setting traps, and the Ukrainians are falling for it. So they ain't gonna be good. So people about to quote. You remember 2 or 3 months ago.
This pain is getting really, really bad right now.
Out of ammo, the soldiers are poorly trained. All their tactics are failing. Now, after the Bakhmut push and how hard they're pushing the last 2 weeks, they're changing up that tone, saying they can do this same type of push for the next 2 years. So people about to quote.
Yeah, but one thing you got to understand about this is too as well, the math ain't mathing with that because they're losing so many soldiers on both sides that at the end of this whole thing, they're gonna go extinct anyway in the next couple years because they're gonna have nothing to they're gonna have nobody to reproduce with but Putin himself at that motherfucker at this rate. But then what we talk about with the military in the United States, yeah, we are spread out thin, but don't ever get it messed up. For people that's never seen what we're fully capable of, you just don't understand. Like when I say stuff about like the technology and the little UFO that you seen, that's not amazing to me because I been knew that shit, nigga. And it's a lot more of that stuff. That's an old UFO. That's why they put it on they putting it on government emblems and stuff now. Like the UFO, they incorporated it. Why y'all think so? They've been there, done that already. It's like this technology we have, these iPhones. This is an old one. This is one that's probably like 100 years old already. Yep. Older than that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, yeah, we shall proceed though.
How the fuck do the Simpsons keep predicting the future? Bitch, who the damn director? Man, this world is a script, this shit is a movie. Episodes, let's check them. Season 9, episode 1. They predicted 9/11. If y'all knew that shit before, then why in the fuck y'all didn't tell? Y'all predict Travis Scott concert. What the fuck y'all niggas on? Like, tell me, is y'all Illuminati telling the future in these shows? Then they predict coronavirus. I'm like, ain't no damn way. Why the fuck y'all ass ain't tell me? I could've flew right out of the state. A show came out in 2000. It said the president was Trump. Then Trump was president in 2016. Man, this shit is more than luck. How the hell y'all predict a tiger attack 10 years before it happened? Siegfried and Roy. Like, damn, them niggas gotta be time travel. At this point, I think in 2024, reptilians will be revealed. Not the top of the firmament, DNA active. We finna upgrade for real. Yes, y'all know the deal. Like, share, and comment for part 2. Cause ain't no way these niggas know what the fuck finna happen. Like, how they know?
Hey, real talk. A bunch of valid questions, my brother.
I'm going to break this down so even a kindergartner could understand it. If God created everything and all things are possible, then that would in fact have to include the devil, witchcraft, tarot, me, you, our opposing opinions, views, beliefs, thoughts, paradigms, and every other fucking thing under this sun. Religion, spirituality, science, math, all the shit you disagree with, God fucking made for you to see both sides of the equation. Because God and the devil are the same coin. One man's God is another man's devil. The same fucking premise reigns true in every one of those books. Do good, be good, and mind your business.
If you have a deceased grandmother, I need you to listen to the message. The whole message is very important. I literally was not even about to record anything today. But I could not hold this in. I was gonna wait, but it was like, no. I kept getting download after download of things that you need to hear regarding this deceased grandma. Messages are trying to come through. Let me just finish the disclaimer by saying, if your grandmother is still alive and on this earth, this is regarding an ancestor that you have not met. Basically, they are pissed, okay? There's people that have been sending you spiritual attacks. They've been trying to mess with your finances, been trying to mess with your love life if you're in a relationship. They've been trying to just attack any aspect to try to make you very unhappy, and they're pissed. You have very high spiritual ranking. You have some very high spiritually ranking ancestors, deceased grandparents that have transitioned over. They're not, I don't even like saying deceased because they're not deceased. They're still with you. And that's one part of the message. They want you to know that they're still with you every step of the way. They're holding your hand. You are very protected. They are looking after you guys. You are very loved, okay? There have been attacks and things people have sent to you that you're not even aware of because they've been protecting you. Some people have even wanted you off the map, and that's why they are very pissed because they've seen everything that occurred. And they want you to know that they are coming behind you, 10 toes. Like, they're going to slide. And some of you guys are empaths and healers, and you're the type that you don't even want people to experience the type of things they try to put onto you, but they're trying to let you know that you don't have no control over what they're going to do. You have some soldiers, okay, some warriors, because then I started thinking about my granddad, who I've never even met, okay, never even met, but I've, had encounters where I spoke to him, whatever. He was deceased before I was even alive. Literally, I started thinking about him. He was in the military, he used to be a soldier. you have some warriors, and I'm talking about like that's speaking about your modern ancestors, but don't even get into the ancient ones that you have, because you have your modern, you have your ancient. But I'm telling you, there's so many people like going behind you and protecting you right now. And they want you to know you always were destined for this place. You were chosen for this position, okay? Because you come from a royal bloodline, and they need you to understand that. And you are here to heal a lot of things that people in your family have destroyed in your bloodline. They want you to stay in a playful, light energy and not focus on any distractions and people trying to come after you. You come from a royal bloodline, so this was always supposed to be your inheritance. In addition to that, I channeled 2 songs on top of all of these messages. It was like Bill Withers, Grandma's Hands. If you never heard that song, listen to it. Even if you heard it, listen to it. It's going to make you feel some type of way, I'm telling you, because right now it's very important for you to remember. Also, in addition to that, a song that came on, it was like Miss Barbara's grandson. I think it's by somebody named Little Poppy. I don't even know who that is, okay? That came on my shuffle. And I was like, what is this song? But then I listened to it, and it literally talked about how he's been the same since he was a kid. You've always been a good, kind-hearted person, okay? And people constantly try to attack you. He also talks about how he was always going to be blessed because he was Miss
Yo, real talk. This chick need to calm down, bro. She's like, listen, your grandma, she wants you to know, bro. She's behind you, bro. Your grandma, like, chill. Relax, okay? It's gonna be all right.
Barbara's grandson. That's you, but with your family. Okay? This was always for you. Great.
But damn. Where you going? Like, hey man, like, hey, was anybody else just sitting here just like, you feel me?
That's
I'm
because she
listening
was
to
so.
every word. Now I'm about to go listen to the song, y'all. Grandma's Hands. All right, man. That's lit. That's lit. You know. I don't know how many people like lives that fit right now, but like let me know in the comments down below if that's fitting, like if y'all felt like that was speaking to you or. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, there's a lot of things out here changing. They're talking about it more and more on the news and in different settings that they typically don't talk about these type of events, you know. And you see a lot of things that they're trying to avoid, a lot of things that they're trying to sneak in there while they're distracting you with other things, man. Like, so I understand when people, you know, they don't believe certain aspects of the stories and stuff, and I get it. That's why it's, you know, up to us to go out and do our own research. We come on here, we have an amazing time, have some dope conversations, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's up to us to figure out what is the truth. Now, you like for instance, I can throw this out here and talk about the UFOs. That could easily be blue beam, you know, but it also could be the real thing, because it is the real thing out here. People understand. Right. You crazy if you don't believe that shit at this point. You feel me? But look, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, man. Let me know what y'all thought about it. It's getting real out here in these streets, you feel me? And the last thing we need though is to be at war, honestly. You know, I believe in speaking your truth on this channel. I don't give a damn what walk of life you come from, what color you are, pink, blue, purple, whatever. Speak your truth. That's who I rock with as a people. People that speak their truth. Now, I treat everybody accordingly, even your own people. All skin folk ain't your kinfolk, y'all. All skin folk ain't your kinfolk. So that's why I leave these things open for y'all to decipher and choose.
Yo, why keep zooming in on his face,
you know
bro?
If you're gonna choose to elevate, you know, we all got decisions to make, and you know what I'm saying, that's gonna affect our family. You know,
stop zooming.
That's on this planet, the family that haven't even got here yet. You know, you're gonna be passing down genetics. You're gonna be a part of them.
Yo, I can't handle the zoom, bro.
Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Share these videos, and I'm out here. Live.
All right. I'm gonna go. Consider this the first in a playlist of me sitting here watching videos talking about them. Why not? I can have a playlist like that, bro. I don't know what I'll call it, but I didn't know what to play today. I knew it was late, and I knew I wanted to sit here for a while, and I knew my tooth was hurting me, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I figured I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna watch some videos, go down some rabbit holes, and I clicked on homie's video, and I like his videos. I subscribed to his channel and watched some of them with y'all. So I'll do more of that. another time. In other news, if you would like a Dragon Ball game right now, all of them are currently on sale. Even though the summer sale is over, all of the Dragon Ball games are on sale. So you can obtain them all now for cheapsies. Fuck. Thanks for watching, y'all. I love you. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. What time is it? Damn, it's almost midnight. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll play some Dragon Ball Legends to kick off tomorrow and try to pull for the Gogeta. Depends on how much cash I got. Chrono crystals. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know what I'm playing. Maybe I'll play something with somebody. Maybe I'll play Zomboid with Blunts tomorrow on stream. Maybe I'll play a little Kakarot. I was gonna play Xenoverse tonight, but like I said, my tooth was fucking killing me, and I was like, man, I'm just trying to chill. So videos did that. Videos let me chill. But good night, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Later, James, man. Thanks for the raid, Buster. Hit them buttons, y'all. Do that button. Hit them buttons, bro. If you're new here, just subscribe. And hit the like button. And turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss a video. Well, it's your boy back with another video. I'm cutting cookies. We're cookie cutting. Hold on. All right. Good night, y'all.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose. But our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? Your depressed society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided out of men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome, so for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate. Objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape. And weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders. Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay. Then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system, bitch. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same.